right, basketball fans, welcome to Hornet Arena. It's Bryant, Lady Hornets versus North Little Rock tonight. If you've been watching some of the games in the telecast and there's not been any sound, well, I can't really guarantee it's going to get a lot better tonight, because if you've ever went to the high school football games and listened to the football games, my name is Mark Scarlett. I'm the usual PA guy, so that's going to tell you a lot right there. But luckily, I have a very professional man sitting next to me over here, Jeremy Laster. And Laster's going to help us out tonight as we do the broadcast, as Rob Patrick, the man, the legend, Mr. Laster, does the starting lineups for us.
Yeah, we're getting ready for a great matchup today, 6A Central, between North Little Rock and our Lady Hornets. Should be a fun game.
It should be. Now, the problem is this first game, we're hoping it's going to be a fun game. But we're going to go ahead and take a little break here. We have the national anthem coming up, and we'll come back right after the break. All right, back to Hornet Stadium, or not Hornet Stadium, Hornet Arena, here for tonight's ball game between the Bryant Lady Hornets and the North Little Rock Lady Charging Wildcats. And it should be, hopefully, Laster, we're hoping it will be a good ball game, but I can tell you in history past, Bryant's going to have to play very, very well tonight to even give North Little Rock a chance.
You're right, Mark. North Little Rock's a very good team. The one thing that we do have going for us is Coach Matthews. His ladies usually play very hard. You're always going to get maximum effort from them, and that's exactly what it's going to take tonight against a team like North Little Rock.
It is. North Little Rock, you can take a look at three girls for them that are legit. Number 11 is Erin Freeman. She's got several D1 offers. In fact, if you go way back in Arkansas basketball, I'm talking like in the 80s, there was a guy by the name of Allie Freeman who played for the Razorbacks, played point guard. I remember when Nolan Richardson first came his first year, I think Allie Freeman was point guard. And I remember he was a tough guy, and I remember watching this young lady last year. She can go. She's smart, athletic, knows how to play the game. And Kalina Foster, number 21 for North Little Rock. If you're watching this, she is a gunner. She loves to shoot, and she's good. And I know Laster, there's one more on the bottom of that list, and she's legit also.
Amari Williams has D1 offers all over the place. She's a junior, forward, 6'3", and Bryant's certainly going to have to account for her tonight.
Oh, without a doubt. And when you look at lady basketball, and you got a girl that's 6'3", that's the equivalent of usually like 6'8", 6'9" in the men's basketball world. I mean, that is a big-time player underneath. And North Little Rock's got a couple of girls in that 6'3", 5'10" range, and that makes them tough.
Certainly does.
Going to have tip-off right here, and we have – for the Lady Hornets, Laura Lane is going to be starting. You have Paris Atkins, Natalie Edmondson, Brylan Finley, and Emily Muse. Brylan is a freshman, and that's always a tough task, throwing a freshman out there against North Little Rock. But Brylan's done a good job, and she's tough. She's down on the baseline, number 21. And you can see North Little Rock's game plan early last year. They're going straight into 32. And right off the bat, who'd we say? The shooter, number 21, Erin Freeman. She fills it up from the outside. She's got a smooth shot.
She sure does, Mark, and you called it. You've got to find her really quickly.
Well, you're going to have to find two. You're going to have to find the shooter in Freeman, and you're going to have to find Williams underneath. Good shot on the corner, for the Lady Hornets, number 14, Natalie Edmondson. Beautiful left-hand jumper for the 3. We're tied up 3-3.
Smooth shot. Good answer there by the Lady Hornets.
You can see everybody coaching. Matthews is up coaching. Fimple, very good coach from North Little Rock. Both these guys, it's just going to be a chess match back and forth. Anytime you get in a ball game like this, you're really going to be dealing with, it's going to be who's got the best talent, because chess-wise, these guys coaching each other, they're both going to be excellent coaches, so you're not going to out-coach each other.
That's right.
Number 11, Long, off the back of the rim. Rebound Long by number 21, Kalina Foster for North Little Rock. And Lady Hornets are battling. They get it inside. They gave them too many chances last year.
That's right. There's too many chances there, Mark. They settled down into a good zone, making North Little Rock work for everything. But when a key to a zone is if you can make the other team miss, you've got to rebound that basketball. And that hurt the Hornets there.
And a lot of time you'll watch a game like this, and Amari Williams with that basket, and she was fouled on the play. So she's going to shoot one. Good touch. And the thing that you got to realize is you got to find number 32, and you got to block her out. They're not going to call over the back unless you block out. That's the only way they call over the back. It's frustrating to watch it sometimes, but that's just how officials work. You got to put a body on her and get her out of that lane and do the best you can.
You're exactly right. You can't let the officials or count on them to help you in a game like this.
Good drive, number 10, Paris Atkins. She missed it. North Little Rock's going back the other way. Number 21, Kalina Foster on the bucket. Lady Hornets got to get back quicker. North Little Rock's fast. And you can see North Little Rock's good defensive ball club. And Lady Hornets, the thing is, you got a freshman, you got Finley up top, and she's good. But the thing is she's got to do, you can't pick that dribble up. You have to attack them, and they're going to get the travel.
And one of the things that happens, too, is you kind of get in a little bit of hurry, and that's what we saw there. You just got to settle things down, take your time. You practice these things, you got to trust them, and just play in the flow of the game.
And Laura Lane just in on the travel. She's another sophomore. So you have Finley up top for the Lady Hornets and Lauren Lane just in as a sophomore. But the thing you got to realize, that's tough putting young kids in a game like this against a team like North Little Rock. And good defense by the Lady Hornets. Lane did a good job of causing that turnover on that end, and North Little Rock turns it over.
That's right. The more turnovers we can get, obviously, the better tonight. We're going to need all the chances that we can get to score.
Good job, Lady Hornets, breaking that press, spreading out, doing a good job. And how you break that press is you clear it out, make them go one-to-one on that press. You don't let them trap you. Lady Hornets doing a good job moving around. Finley left-hand jumper, no good, in and out. Good-looking shot by the freshman.
That was a good-looking shot. It was right there.
Yep. Number 11, Aaron Freeman drives all the way to the basket, and one of the things Finley's going to have to learn right then, and we just talked about being a freshman out on the court, is she let Freeman initiate that contact, then backed up from it. She's got to hold her ground.
Another thing you want to try to make happen there is to make the ball handler make a decision a little bit earlier. Don't let them get all the way to the rim. Make them pass or decide to shoot a little bit earlier than that. But that's all right. She got back, and she was there.
And the good thing about that, too, is the more experience goes on, as Finley plays that position, she'll step up about 3 or 4 more feet and take that charge later on as she gets more and more experience playing at that position. But like I was saying earlier, when you're a freshman and sophomore having to play against these girls, that's tough. They're the best in the state. Good defense, North Little Rock. Long jumper by the Lady Hornets, Atkins, and North Little Rock on the rebound going the other way. You can see immediately, keep it simple. It's simple basketball. You get it over to the wing. Aaron Freeman, who's a very good shooter, she's got D1 offers. You dump it down to the big girl underneath, number 32, Amari Williams, in a basket for North Little Rock. Natalie Edmondson jumper's no good. Good rebound, though. Number 10 for the Lady Hornets, Paris Atkins. And she puts it right back. Great job, Paris. Coach Matthews on the timeout.
Paris did a couple of good things there. Not only did she get the basket, but earlier on in that series, she drove the lane, was able to get the defense to collapse on her, and then she was able to pass it out for an open shot. Shot almost went down, but Paris did exactly what she needed to do in that situation. Well,
you know, you played at Little Rock Parkview with Ripley, and the one thing you do when you have to play against an aggressive man-to-man defense, if you have a good point guard and you can attack the middle of that basket of the lane, what it does is it causes everybody else to collapse, and then you can dish it out, and you can get people like Edmondson, Finley. It's easier for them to shoot that ball.
Right, and from North Little Rock's perspective, you can't let somebody go in the middle. That will just destroy a man-to-man defense.
Yep. The good thing about them is as big as they are, and with Williams, number 32 in the middle, they can easily switch to a zone, but that's where if Bryant shoots the ball well, they can stay in this basketball. It's 11-5, North Little Rock over Bryant. We're still in the first quarter, straight down to Williams again, and you got a mismatch underneath. You've got Finley trying to guard Williams on that baseline, and that's just a tall task for anybody. You can see Bryant needs to be a little bit more aggressive going to those passes. Aaron Freeman on the breakaway. Good pass. You can see, excellent job. Destin Duckworth on the basket for North Little Rock. Good pass from Freeman. You can tell, man, she's comfortable in the open court.
She certainly is.
Lady Hornets trying to find a seam. You can see we just talked about North Little Rock now's gone to his zone. Bryant beat that man-to-man a couple of times. But Finley, great shot from the wing. Bryant Elementary's own Brylan Finley with a great jumper. She's got a beautiful jumper and a rebound on the other end. And again, as you watch her, she is a freshman. She should be playing 9th grade basketball.
Very bright days ahead for that young lady.
Oh, don't force that. Lauren Lane had the right idea, but you can't force it against a girl that's 6'3". That's kind of a tough call right there. It was a good play. Number 24 for North Little Rock, Destin Duckworth, with a little left-handed shot. She's going to be fouled by number 22 of the Lady Hornets, Emily Muse. Kind of a touch foul, though. That's the problem. You run into these situations where when they're up-tempo and they're moving the ball down the court, if you don't rotate right and you just happen to bump them when they're in the air, they'll usually call that foul, and Duckworth's strong enough she can put that ball right back in.
You're right, Mark. That's an easy call for a ref on the baseline there.
See, that zone's bothering them a little bit. All they got to do is settle down a little bit, get the hand in that point guard. North Little Rock moving the ball around, just looking to set up their shooters. They've got Williams is out of the ball game. So Bryant's going to be a little bit more aggressive on the guards. Number 2, Lauren Lane for the Lady Hornets. She's going to foul Freeman. North Little Rock's going to set up an inbound. And you can see, as we were talking about a while ago, the Lady Hornets, we were going against their man-to-man defense, and we were penetrating in it, getting those shots. Finley got that open look on the wing, and they went straight down, and we talked about a chess match between Fimple and Matthews. They went down and immediately changed that defense. Good job, Lady Hornets. Good rebound, Emily Muse. She blocked out just then, and Emily is another sophomore, 6-foot sophomore for the Lady Hornets. And again, that's what we talked about, the inexperience part of it, and that's what Matthews is telling her. There's no reason for you to get that basketball off the rebound and dribble. Get it to a guard, kick it out, and let them move it up the court.
So much of that will come with experience, and like you said a little bit earlier, Mark, you settle down in a game like this and just take your time, be patient. Good things are going to happen.
Freeman up top, a miss, good rebound. Number 14 for the Lady Hornets, Natalie Edmondson. And you can see Finley's got the ball up top, but she should have never picked up that dribble. And now she's going to have to go. Good pass, though, to Edmondson, and good attack. Great job, Lady Hornets. Number 10, Paris Atkins on the attack. And that's how you beat that man-to-man press.
Paris Atkins has that killer instinct. She goes right for the middle of that defense every time. She takes it right to the hole, and then there she forced a turnover.
And you can see Paris is a junior, so the future's bright for the Lady Hornets. And that's what Matthews is telling her. You can see here on the timeout real quick, Coach Matthews is telling Finley, don't pick up that dribble when you're bringing the ball up the court. But we were luckily Edmondson bailed that out, and you're right, Paris Atkins strong to the basket. And that's the thing about North Little Rock tonight is they're kind of caught in a situation. They're bigger and probably not as fast as the Lady Hornets from a rotation standpoint, because the key when you play somebody in a man-to-man defense is you're trying to get them to move and rotate faster than usually they want to. And if you're quicker than they are, and if you can get them to where they can't move as quick as you're going to have wide-open layups like Paris did.
That's exactly right, and that's a couple of times tonight she has seen the weakness in the defense and exploited it.
And you can see North Little Rock's going back. It looks like a 1-3-1, so they're going back to kind of a modified zone. They're going to play man-to-man on the point guard. But the Lady Hornets, if they move that ball and keep it, good job in the middle of the field or middle of the court, they're going to have the ability to score against them.
Hornets are ready, right, with the right offense you had to take against that defense there.
It's going to be 4 team fouls. It's going to be the first foul against North Little Rock. And I think they called that. That's a 3. So they called that on the 3. So Atkins is going to have 3 shots at it. Made the first one. Smooth shot. I mean, Paris has a beautiful looking touch on her.
She sure does.
And that's probably one of the reasons why they have Paris up top in that offense. So if they go to that 1-3-1, how you break that is you get the ball to the middle of the court and you put one of your most athletic players in the middle of the court, top of that key. So when you swing that ball to her, they have to collapse on her, and that's going to get your shooters wide open shots on the edge. Just like North Little Rock did just then. And that's exactly what we just called it. They got it to the middle, and they had a good-looking open wing on the outside, number 22, Jemiah Brown. She's a sophomore for North Little Rock. She knocks it down for a 3.
Credit North Little Rock there for moving the ball quickly. Hornets got to rotate just a little bit faster on D.
See, they're trapping on the edges, so the Lady Hornets are going to have to keep that ball in the middle of the court right there. That's what Paris is there for. And then, as you can see, as we move the ball around, wide-open shots. That's it. Number 14, Natalie Edmondson, a little left-hand 3. And you can see basketball last year is a simple game. It really is. If you can make the shots, moving that ball around is really, you're going to get open looks.
And there's Paris again with outstanding defense, knocking that ball out of bounds.
21-16 in the first period. Lady Hornets are playing well. North Little Rock's not playing bad. The Lady Hornets are just doing a good job staying in their offense, keeping North Little Rock in front of them on defense, not getting them easy looks. Good jumper from number 21, Kalina Foster. And she's a gunner. She's a D1 player. But the Lady Hornets, in a defensive set, are just keeping North Little Rock in front of them. Again, moving the ball around on the outside on offense, making North Little Rock chase them. They'll get open looks. Finley just off the front of the rim. Paris gets it down the middle of the lane, misses it. North Little Rock on the rebound, going the other way. Garen Freeman on the rebound. Good defense. Muse going the other way. Lady Hornets, good drive all the way down. Lauren Lane, great job. Emily Muse on a great defensive play. And Lauren Lane takes it all the way. 23-18, North Little Rock. Good defense, Lady Hornets. Muse with the rebound. And Emily's going to have to get that ball quicker to the point guard for that reason right there. You're forcing it down. You had Finley behind you. And she'll learn that with experience. And North Little Rock, number 22, Jemiah Brown on the basket. And that's going to finish out the first period. Last year, Lady Hornets did a lot of good things offensively. And you can see where we have trouble is that if we don't stay in that offensive set, that's where we start turning the ball over.
That's right, Mark. We've said it a couple of times tonight. You got to be patient in the offensive set. You got to trust your practice. You know, you've done this a million times in practice with Coach Matthews. Stay patient with it, trust it, and hopefully some of these shots will start falling.
Well, one of the things you can see their strategy and what our strategy has been tonight on the defensive end is you really have to kind of you gotta make North Little Rock stay in front of you. You can't attack them. You can't jump out on them too quick. One of the things that you have to do is you kind of have to keep them in front of you the entire time and play a good base defense. If they're going to beat you with threes, let them beat you with threes. The thing you don't want is for Williams, their big girl underneath, number 32, she's 6'3". You don't want her to have 30 points. Right. So you want to try to keep that out. On the offensive end, you want to move that ball, keep it in the middle of the court, and if you keep it in the middle of the court and you keep it in Paris Atkins' hand in the middle of that court, our shooters are going to have wide open looks.
One of the things that's going to happen as this game goes on, at least you hope so, North Little Rock's going to miss some shots. You made a great point by keeping them in front of you. Got to be able to rebound those. Don't give North Little Rock second chance opportunities.
That's
Limit
right.
them to one shot.
And like I said, if you put a body on somebody when you block out, and we'll see this in the boys' game also, they'll call over the back, but you've got to put a body on it. Finley, long jumper from the outside, no good. Good-looking stroke, though. And North Little Rock's got the rebound going the other way. Lady Hornets, good job cutting off the lane. And good block out. You saw how she blocked out just then. Lauren Lane, excellent job on blocking Williams out on the missed jumper. Lady Hornets got it going the other way.
That's a great job. That's that one shot.
You can't go cross court on them. That's one of the things you just saw right there, and that's called inexperience. Got to get back and you got to rebound. One of the things Finley just then, and you can see as the ball goes out of bounds, I thought they were calling a foul on that play. North Little Rock on the basket. 27-18 North Little Rock beginning of the second period. That's inexperience from Finley's part of it, and she'll learn that against a team as fast as North Little Rock. You cannot make cross-court passes on them. You have to make every pass quick, fast, and they've got to be short passes to make them rotate.
You're exactly right, Mark. You don't need to give a team like North Little Rock easy chances.
Can't let them use their speed against them, and you can see they're trapping everything up top. That means the corners are going to be open. So if they'll move the ball to the corners real quick, they'll get open looks. Good job rebounding. Lady Hornets, Muse on the miss. Williams on the rebound. She kicks it out. North Little Rock's on the move. Good defense, Finley, to hold that up. See Bryant in the zone defense, and what they're doing is as the ball jumps out, they'll jump out and pressure the ball a little bit, but still keeping those girls in front of them. And that's causing North Little Rock to have to sit there and shoot with a little pressure. Right down the lane. Oh, a little out of control for Paris. She'll learn how to kind of slow up right before she shoots that shot. Good pass just then. You can see Williams, good footwork. That's a tough pass. It was a good pass, but that's a tough catch for Williams. You can see her skill level. She was able to catch that one hop and put that right in.
She ran the floor really well that time.
Freeman on the steal for North Little Rock. Good body up. Good job, Lady Hornets, on defense. And we have a timeout, Brad Matthews. And we'll take a little bit of a break here on this timeout and give everybody a break. And thanks for listening to Hornet Basketball on the Hornet live stream. All right, we're back here at Hornet Arena. Second quarter, 29-18 with 6 minutes left in the second period. Bryant just called the timeout. We've got the ball going the other way. And me and Laster were pretty much just figuring out, look, you really don't need Musselman at the University of Arkansas. Just put me and you up there. We got all this stuff figured out. We can do it.
It were that easy.
If you give me 11 McDonald's All-Americans, all 5 stars, I bet we can win a national championship at Arkansas next year.
I bet you're right.
Yep. As long as I shut up. I can't even coach them. Good drive all the way. Number 10, Paris Atkins. Again, Paris just has to slow down those last 3 feet. She'll make that shot. She's just coming in a little too hot. North Little Rock on the rebound, going the other way. Good pass underneath to Freeman to Williams. Excellent job moving the ball. Destin Duckworth with the layup. But you go from Freeman to Williams just then. Great job moving that ball, and Duckworth had an easy layup.
So we've seen Williams do it all tonight. She's a great scorer, great rebounder.
Just the same thing we just talked about just then. And look how smart Freeman is. She knew she couldn't catch that basketball again, and she pushed it back out. Freeman again on the wing with the 3. Good shot. Number 1, Garen Freeman on the jumper. And you're seeing the smarts of North Little Rock right then. We just talked about this too last year. Don't make long cross-court passes against them. And you can see that's why we're turning the ball over. We got to think about that. Keep things simple. And they got Freeman on the jump ball. And North Little Rock's just smart.
They are smart. One of the things you got to do there if you're going to take that ball inside is keep it high. You take that ball low, a good smart team's going to grab it and get a jump ball there.
And that's the thing that's the task Lady Hornets have in front of them tonight is you're playing a very athletic, well-coached, smart basketball team. These girls understand the game. And so you're going to have to play very good fundamental basketball to make sure that you've got a chance to stay in it.
And we need those open looks to start falling for us.
Lady Hornets in a zone defense, North Little Rock just looking for a gap. You can see they're going to move the ball around, look for shots on the wing. Freeman right there had the right idea, just a little too hot on that pass. And one of the things we've seen, and we talked about this a while ago, Laster, is when the Lady Hornets are driving in, they've got the lanes. But right before you go in, they're going in too fast. Just slow down just a little bit to kind of get your body and regain your composure. Those layups are going to be there.
You're exactly right, Mark. You get fast like that and bad things happen.
And it's easier to say that sitting here. But when you're out on the court and you're playing, it is very easy to get yourself going too quick. Long jumper, Atkins again. Good rebound, North Little Rock. Good job on the defensive end, Lauren Lane just then, getting the jump ball off Freeman. North Little Rock just got the last one. It's going to be Hornets ball under the basket.
That's a heads-up play by Lauren.
Good job, move it. But, yeah, you went straight into the big man, and Williams blocks it, and she walks. Duckworth walks on the play. Good defense by the Lady Hornets. When you're running those inbounds plays, I can promise you that's not what Matthews wanted. You know, he didn't want that ball to go into lane just then. What he was probably looking for is you kick that out to a shooter, and what you do is you make Williams move off that post. Then you go to the middle of the lane with it, and you have a better way to attack that basket.
It's almost like, you know, Coach Matthews, he was giving those same instructions to his point guard right there.
Yeah, I need to send him down. Muse on the long jumper, no good. Williams on the rebound. Lady Hornets are fighting with her, but Lane's going to foul her. Lane just then, and I love Lauren's effort on that. What she needs to do is just back off a little bit. Williams is strong, so when she rips that ball and starts dribbling with it, don't body her up. Get around, try to take that ball from her because she's not going to be able to dribble the ball that low being 6'3". Again, North Little Rock 34, Hornets 18. It was just a 5 or 6 point ball game just 3 minutes ago, and this is what happens when you play a very good top 5 team in the state of Arkansas. You cannot give them many chances, and you can see North Little Rock's taking a 12-point lead now, or a little bit more than that, 16-point lead against the Lady Hornets. Yep, she sure did. A little bit long pass. Lady Hornets defense was good. North Little Rock, like we talked about, those long passes get you. They turn the ball over.
The Lady Hornets have been very good tonight, Mark, when they've had a chance to set up their defense and stay in their defense. If they can do that and get rebounds, they're going to have a good chance to come back a little bit in this game.
And really what they're running now is they're playing man-to-man on the outside. That was a good move and shot by Lane. It wouldn't drop, but she just has to keep that going. Good pass by Freeman. Good job, Muse, on the rebound going the other way, and Finley's got it for the Lady Hornets. Freeman getting back on defense really well. What North Little Rock's doing on defense is, and they're smart, they're playing man-to-man with their guards, and they're leaving Williams in the middle. So if you get past their guard, you go into a 6'3" girl. But the good thing about that is you can get past their guards. Their defense isn't just attacking you on the outside. You can get around them. You've just got to be able to move the ball once Williams jumps out on you. Yep, another long court pass. You got to be able to curtail those. North Little Rock takes it down. Great block. Lady Hornets. Paris Atkins, man, I'm telling you what, Laster, I love that girl. She can go.
She can go, and that's exactly what you're going to see from a Brad Matthews team. The Hornets got back on defense. They never gave up on the play, and good things happen when you never give up on the play.
Yeah, Paris is an excellent basketball player. Smart. Good job on defense, good hustle. Long shot, number 21. I think we said she was a shooter at the very beginning of the game.
How many times do you think Coach Fimple practiced that in the offseason?
Exactly. How many times do you think she practiced that in the offseason? About 10,000. You could see it by that shot. North Little Rock up 37-18. Again, Paris driving to the basket. And again, you know, when you drive to the basket like Paris just did, first thing, by being able to control your tempo when you drive, not only does it give you a chance to get the shot off, but the next thing it does too is now you get Williams having to come over, and she, even though she's 6'3" and she's a very good basketball player and she's very athletic, she's still got a tendency to foul in those situations. You put her in a bad spot, and that's what happened. Atkins hits that shot.
Atkins, with that drive, completely broke down the North Little Rock defense. It neutralized it. Not only was she open, she had two other people that were open as well. He's got to keep doing that.
Yeah, that's it. That's how you attack a defense. You attack it, you go straight at it. Good shot, Freeman. North Little Rock's not having to attack the Lady Hornet defense. They're just, again, we said their strategy was you've got to keep North Little Rock in front of you and hope they don't miss those shots. You just got great shooters out there, and you can see by watching Freeman. Williams on the rebound. Atkins with the miss. She probably forced that one just a little bit. North Little Rock starting to take off last year. Probably not long. Matthews going to get a timeout and try to settle it down a little bit. He's not happy with Paris just then. That was a shot she probably didn't need to take.
That's right. When you look up at the scoreboard, it's 42-19. You tend to want to try to force things. You just got to let the game come to you.
That's better. If you notice just then, like you said, Muse attacks the basket. She kicks it back out. Paris had her feet set. She slowed her tempo down, and she just hit a 19-footer from the top of the key. 42-21. North Little Rock up by 21. Freeman again on the baseline. Man, I love watching her shoot that basketball. Kalina Foster, number 21. We talked about her being a shooter. She's got just a beautiful shot.
She's the real deal.
Lady Hornets again getting it up to Atkins, moving the ball around. Good pass, Finley to Edmondson. And I tell you what, after watching Edmondson shoot the ball, one of the first things I'd tell her to do is I'd shoot the ball more.
She's got a very beautiful shot.
Good move. Duckworth right there, number 24. Freeman with the rebound. Good defense just then by Lauren Lane, but I think Lauren got her a little bit with her hands as she went up. She slapped down at it.
That's what we talked about, Mark. You know, you want to try to limit them to one shot only, but that's easier said than done.
Well, we talked about at the beginning of the game, you got to block out. And what's happening is when they put those shots up, you have to go find somebody and you have to put a body on them immediately, because you can't give them a gap. You can't give them any ability to get around you because they're fast, they're athletic, and they're going to go straight at you. And so the Lady Hornets, when that shot goes up, that's the first thing I'm telling you. Coach Matthews is going to be telling them, you got to block out, because you will negate a lot of those second shots. Lauren Taylor for the rebound for the Lady Hornets. She just come in. Finley's got the ball on the right side, bringing it up. Muse on the left side. To Paris, if they'll slow down on this offense, they're going to have Edmondson wide open. Finley, long three, no good. Taylor fighting for the rebound. North Little Rock gets it, though. Number 23, Karina Jones, and they're going the other way. The Freeman on the wing. Jones just moving the ball around, back to Freeman. Good pass, Freeman, and they're going to get the foul on that. One of the things you'll notice North Little Rock, what they're doing last year is they're putting their guards wide against that defense, and they penetrate those guards. Well, when those guards go on the baseline, what they're doing is they're taking that high person, which is number 23. In this case, it was Karina Jones, and she flashes to the basket. So as you collapse on the guard, they just flick it to that post coming down for the easy layup or foul.
It's a great play call there, Coach Fimple.
Tell you, that offense works if you have great guards. But then again, a lot of offenses work if you have great guards. If they break down that defense, there's a lot of things you can do once they break down that defense. They make coaches look great. Taking it all the way down. Got the foul on the body as she come in. Paris again, she came in with that left hand, and she slowed down just a little bit. She's got to be a little bit stronger when she goes up for that shot, and that would have been a three-point play.
We talk about the importance of breaking down defenses and having good guards. I tell you, Paris Atkins has been breaking down the North Little Rock defense all night long. We just need to get some shots to fall.
Yeah, if you can break down this defense, you can break down most defenses in the state. Probably the other team in this state that's as good as North Little Rock is. And, you know, when you take a look at this conference, you've got Northside, you've got Conway, and you have teams that pretty much play for the state championship every year. And halftime shot goes up for North Little Rock. Harrison made those last two free throws, and that's halftime from Hornet Arena. It is the North Little Rock Charging Wildcats 47, the Lady Hornets 25. And you're not going to have to listen for us for another 20 minutes. And so we'll be back right before the second half. We appreciate you listening, and we'll see y'all right back for the second half. We're back at Hornet Arena for the second half of the Bryant Lady Hornets versus the North Little Rock Lady Charging Wildcats, and it's North Little Rock up 47-25. But last year the ball game was a little closer in the first half than we thought, as we're having a few technical difficulties here real quick. We're going to get all that worked out. North Little Rock's got the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, Mark, what you saw there in the first half is it went from a 5 to a 16 to a now 22-point lead really quickly. And the Hornets, that's what you're afraid of when you're going against a talented team like North Little Rock. But it goes back to what we've talked about all game. You got to limit second chance opportunities. You got to limit turnovers, and you got to make open shots when you get them.
That's it. And you can see Lady Hornets on a good rebound just then. Number 10, Paris Atkins on the miss from North Little Rock. Paris taking it to the basket, giving it to Edmonds on the wing. Edmondson, we've been very impressed with her so far last year. She's got a beautiful shot. Natalie Edmondson. She missed that one. North Little Rock on the rebound. Number 24, Destin Duckworth. I'll tell you what, Duckworth for North Little Rock, she does all the little things behind the scenes on that. I mean, she does a great job on the rebound, the second shots. She does a lot of basically the garbage work that requires you to win basketball games for them. Paris has the ball up top. Finley's getting it again, a freshman. Emily Muse, a sophomore. Back out to Lauren Lane up top, another sophomore. And the reason I'm giving their class is the fact that the Lady Hornets are very young. The future's very bright for Coach Matthews. Muse with a long three, no good. North Little Rock on the rebound, heading the other way, moving the ball around. Hicks on the shot, no good, and that's going to go out of bounds on the Lady Hornets. Lane got her hand on it before it goes out of bounds.
Lauren Lane did a great job there boxing out. That's what we've been saying they needed to do all time. She just lost control of that one.
North Little Rock with the inbound, back to Hicks for the three on the outside. Lady Hornets didn't do a good job of rotating on defense. That was just an easy throw-in. Hicks was able to set her feet and bomb the three. And again, that's just inexperience. And one of the things that you see the difference between North Little Rock and the Lady Hornets is a lot of it. And Finley with a good looking shot, kind of forced it a little bit. Williams with the rebound. North Little Rock on the run, misses the shot. Muse on the rebound. But one of the things you see last year that I've noticed is the tempo between the two teams. The Lady Hornets, they seem to not be as, from the standpoint of and I'm trying to figure out my words on this, and being nice about it, is they don't have the intensity that the Lady Wildcats do of North Little Rock. You can just see it, and a lot of that's got to do with youth.
You're exactly right, Mark, and it does come with experience. And one of the good things that come out of a game like this is you get good experience against a top-notch team, and that's only going to make you better over time.
That's right. North Little Rock up 52-25. Again, the ball game was a lot closer in the second period, and North Little Rock just slowly began to take control of the basketball game. And you're exactly right. When you play great teams, you see a lot of the wonderful things that they do to be a great team, and you can see this is what we have to do to get there. Good-looking pass there by North Little Rock. Freeman, athletic move to get that ball back up and in. And you can see this ball game's kind of gotten away from the Lady Hornets, but it's a learning experience. And this is the hardest thing when you're a coach, is having to coach through these things, because when you're down by 30, you can tell if girls are going out there, and guys too, if they're going out there and giving everything they got, even though they're down by 30, that tells you the coach has very good control of this basketball team.
And you never have a problem out of effort from a coach, Brad Matthews coach basketball team.
No,
Ever.
you don't. North Little Rock bringing the ball back up the court again, up 54-25. 5 minutes left in the third period. And North Little Rock, you notice they're going to just slow it down a little bit, get the ball moving around, still take the shots as they have them. Long three, no good by Foster. Freeman gets the rebound. Williams back up for the rebound. Great block. Lauren Lane against Williams. One of the best players in the state. Lane was not intimidated by her at all. And Lady Hornets moving the ball down. Atkins swing it from Finley, no good. Williams with the rebound.
Looks like she might have got fouled a little bit on that play, but she's still playing hard defense.
North Little Rock setting it up. Out Williams up top. Good move, good pass. Walk on the wing. She knew what she had to do. She moved her feet right before she made that move. That's what Fimple's telling her. Just spot up, swing that pass back. You'll get that wide open look.
We've all done that. When you have one person to beat and there's nothing behind that person except the rim, you get in a little bit of a hurry sometimes.
Lady Hornets just working to move that ball, not forcing it. Lane does on that shot. North Little Rock ball going the other way to Freeman on the wing. Good little jumper, controlled her body in midair, and I'm telling you that she's a ball player. She sat there and waited till the defender got out of the way while she was in midair, and that little 6-foot jumper last year, that's a tough shot, and she made that look easy.
That's a really tough shot, and you're exactly right. She made it look easy.
Again, Lady Hornets trying to attack that North Little Rock defense, keeping it high up. You're going to get the shot on the wing. Finley, no good. It was right there, though. Muse, strong rebound. She's going to have to take that up a little stronger to get it to Wayne Williams, and North Little Rock going the other way. Yeah, got her on the arm on that.
You know, that's kind of been the story of the Lady Hornets tonight. They've gotten some really good looks, Mark. We just can't get them to fall tonight.
No, Atkins just then, you could see what happened with that. You know, when you're playing against a high-level player like Freeman, Atkins got caught going up trying to block that shot, and Freeman, who's able to kind of hang there a little bit and move her body a little bit, was able to get Atkins to foul her. See North Little Rock now up 31 points on the Lady Hornets with 3:29 left in the third period. You're going to start seeing a lot of playing time for a lot of players, which is good playing time for everybody on both sides. The game is in no doubt. You know North Little Rock's going to win it. Lady Hornets, though, now you're playing for pride to just see how well you can do and see if you can win this next quarter and a half.
That's exactly right. What you don't want to do in this case is to start pressing, start rushing things, stay in your offense, get some good shots.
Lady Hornets doing a good job moving the ball. Atkins underneath. Good shot. Atkins staying under control. She ends up getting the block call on that. And a lot of that, too, is, as Paris is driving just then, as she's shifting as she's driving, that defender is trying to move to keep up with her, and they call that. Anytime a defender moves at all, and I know sometimes when you're watching this on YouTube or whatever link you're on at this point, and you're watching this, you may think that was a charge, but actually Freeman was moving underneath her, and that was a good block call.
And then Lauren Lane does a good job getting in to get a rebound and causing a jump ball there.
Tell you, Lauren does a great job. She just hustles, and you love kids like that. They just give it everything you've got. Edmondson, they know where she's at. Again, one of those cross-court passes that I'm sure the Lady Hornets are going to work on. She got away with a walk on that.
She
Number
sure
21
did,
on the bucket. Foster got it, but she walked right before it went in. Lady Hornets take it the other end. Finley again. Finley is a freshman. I mean, most girls as a freshman are playing junior high basketball. Finley's being thrown in against some of the best teams in the state of Arkansas. And there's our shooter right there, Natalie Edmondson from the corner. Telling you, got a little star in the making right there. I love her little left-hand shot. She's good.
Edmondson and Finley both have a beautiful shot.
Edmondson didn't rotate enough on defense. Lady Hornets were talking. North Little Rock gets that layup. 61-30. Charging Lady Wildcats. Good pass into Lauren from Paris Atkins. Shot's good. And again, you may be down 30 points, but what you can do is you can try to win every minute from here on out. Good steal by Muse. Just didn't get it far enough. Freeman gets it for North Little Rock. She's going the other way. Freeman to Freeman. She loses control of it. And then fouls on the play. Good job, Lauren Lane. You could see Freeman's a little disappointed in herself. She got up in midair and lost it. And fouls. He's taking her out of the game.
She was a little frustrated there.
Yep.
A lot of times when you're frustrated about that missed shot, you'll see a foul follow very soon thereafter.
Usually when I played last year, if I got frustrated on a missed shot, it's because I had shot one from 25 feet and I wasn't going to get back and play defense. Finley, long three, no good for the Lady Hornets. North Little Rock on the rebound, and they're pushing it. And that's kind of their method of operation. They're going to push it every way. Muse on the rebound. Lady Hornets going the other way. It's just moving the ball around. Muse out top. Three, no good. Good hustle, Lauren. And Muse again, great job. And Finley gets it back up, and she's going to set it up to Edmondson up top. Good job, Lady Hornets. We talked about winning each play, winning each minute. Muse drive inside, not strong enough, but great job kicking it out to Edmondson for the three. And it is, oh, that was ping pong. That was pinball basketball. That ball went in and out.
So you look at bright spots in a game like this. Bryant's done a much better job rebounding on the defensive end. They're settling down now offensively, and they're getting open shots just like what you saw right there.
That's it. Little Rock knocked the ball out of bounds. And that's exactly what we said. It's hard to coach in games like this, but you can see, you can see Matthews down there. He's coaching as hard as he possibly can, and you really do break the game down into minutes at this point. So what you're trying to do is to win this minute. And that's how you get better. Muse with a jumper from the wing, no good. North Little Rock gets the rebound. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. 61-32.
There we go.
Lady Hornets going the other way. Edmondson has the steal. Good job holding it up, looking for a jumper. Three is good by Natalie Edmondson. She did a good job, and the thing you just noticed about Edmondson, she knows what she's good at. She wasn't going to drive that ball against North Little Rock. She knows she's a gunner, and she sat out there and gunned it, made it. North Little Rock, good job on the other end. Good shot. Number 23 again, Karina Jones with a shot. Lady Hornets got the ball up. 63-35. They were down 32 just a second ago. It's only 28. You're just trying to win 1 minute at a time. Finley all the way in. That ball should have went in. Good drive by Finley. She just couldn't get it to drop.
Lady Hornets doing everything they need to do right now in terms of getting the ball to the hole and getting good open shots. Just got to get them to fall, Mark.
That's right. Well, we'll take a break here, and we'll be right back for the fourth quarter from Hornet Arena. that you want to do if you have a shooter is you want to be able to make sure a lot of times defenses will try to attack and go after that shooter. Well, a lot of times if you'll stay put, like just then, Muse, good-looking shot on the outside, finally gets her a 3 to go for the night. If you don't move those shooters around a whole lot, you can find them, and those shooters will get their feet set and they'll kill you. You don't have to move them around a whole lot, and that's what Edmonds has done for the Lady Hornets tonight. Again, Edmondson back up top, shifted her feet. She had the right idea.
Got in a little bit of a hurry there.
Yep, she sure did. North Little Rock, you can tell they pretty much had a pretty good idea of where she was. And if you notice something, we talked about this earlier last year. What we talked about was now pretty much how the rest of this ball game had to be was you win 1 minute at a time. They were up 32. It's 65-41 now. Lady Hornets have got it within 26. And even though that say, well, you mean you're within 26, it's still a victory from that standpoint. They're playing hard. And what Fimple had to do, he had to put the starters back in the basketball game. He got under 30. He's making a point to his players, his reserves on the bench. He's like, look, if you want to get out there and play, you're going to have to get out there and score. Good job, Williams. She just manhandled the Lady Hornets down low. Just too strong of a player, and one of the things we talked about last year at the very beginning is you've got to block her out. When that shot goes up, you've got to block out. And the Lady Hornets on that last thing, what they were doing is that they weren't blocking out. They were standing there and watching. That's why Williams gets a three-point play.
You can't give a player like Williams that kind of opportunity. She'll take over a game.
Finley back up top out to Muse. You can see if you're looking at the screen on the opposite side, Edmondson set herself up down low. Muse out top with the 3, and it falls in for Muse. Good job. Fimple from North Little Rock's not real happy about it. It's 68-44. Lady Hornets are doing good. And, you know, and you can see last year one of the things that this is what great shooting does. You got some good shooters. They start hitting, they can get you back in a basketball game.
Well, that's what we've needed the whole night, Mark. We've gotten good looks. We just needed to knock them down. We're starting to knock them down now. A little too late for that, but positive things to build on for Coach Matthews.
It is, and like we talked about, you know, you get down 30, 32 points, it's easy to lose the effort of your basketball team, and you can see Matthews hadn't let that happen. You know, he's instilled that in practice and that working hard, that work ethic that's involved in that, and you can tell it's a well-coached basketball team. You just play against somebody better. North Little Rock's going to be bringing the ball up the court. 3:19 left in the ball game. 68-44. North Little Rock. They've still got their starters in. They still feel Bryant's staying close enough with them. They don't feel comfortable with it. North Little Rock, good little baseline jumper. Paris Atkins bringing the ball up the court. Brings it back to Muse, who's hit the last 3. Back over to Finley. They're just doing a good job moving the ball. They're going to swing Edmondson around on the baseline. Try to get some help. Back out to Paris up top. And Lauren Lane with the jumper on the corner, no good. North Little Rock with the rebound. Probably a little bit more patience from the Lady Hornets just in on offense. They'd have got a lot better looks. They kind of forced those. Inside, good job, number 24. My player of the game from North Little Rock, Destin Duckworth. I just love the way she plays. She does all the little things, and that's going to be 17 points for Duckworth in this basketball game. Muse up top with a 3. Good-looking shot. Muse rains another one down, 72-50.
Muse is building up some confidence there. Looks like she's been confident in her shot this whole game. Now they're starting to fall for her.
And when you're a sophomore and you're playing against these guys, it's confidence. Muse doing a good job. Good defense on Williams just then. And Muse coming alive in this 4th period. Down to Edmondson. Edmondson wide open jumper. That's good. Lady Hornets 72-50. They've got it within 22 points. Great job on the offensive end. You can see Edmondson set her feet.
Well, she's got 20 tonight, Mark, and she's been shooting well all game.
Yeah, she is really. I have been very impressed. It's really one of the first times I've seen Edmondson play, and I really like what I'm seeing out of her. Muse brings the ball in. North Little Rock gets the rebound put back. We talked about it from the very beginning. One of the things I think you're going to start seeing the Lady Hornets do a lot more of, and that's blocking out in practice. And we're going to have a timeout here. They're going to let the subs into the basketball game. 1:13 left in the basketball game. North Little Rock 74, the Lady Hornets 50. As we start bringing those people in, they're just as important as the starters are. These are people that work against them every day in practice and work hard. And they get their playing time on the court. Lady Hornets got it in. They got a lot to be proud of this fourth quarter. They've really gone out and done a good job. We talked about winning each minute, and the Lady Hornets, ever since second half started, they've done a good job of winning those minutes from about halfway in the third period. Doing a good job moving around. Finley from the corner, another three. And, that's set up because Edmondson's got 20 points. They're chasing Edmondson. Finley fills that gap where she leaves, and she gets a wide-open three. It's 74-53.
So many times what you see is shooting becomes contagious like that. You get one or two kids that are hot, the rest of them start getting hot.
Well, good-looking shot there from Freeman up top. One of the things that we've watched all of our life last year in sports, and anybody that's paid any attention to it, momentum is a living, breathing object in a game. And, it's something that you can be up 20, you can be down 20, hit 2 threes, and you can win the game by 10 points because of momentum, and you can change it out. Bryant just didn't have enough of it to win this basketball game tonight. That's it, Laster. The Lady Hornets go down 77-53 against North Little Rock. It was a very strong effort, and I'm telling you, we're going to go ahead and call it a at the end of this ball game, and we're going to pick back up, and we have a absolute war coming next. It's going to be the North Little Rock Charging Wildcats against the Bryant Hornets, two of the best teams in the state of Arkansas, and I have a feeling it's two teams you're going to see possibly going for a state championship later this year. And it's Mark Scarlett and Jeremy Laster from Hornet Arena, and we'll catch you guys back up in the boys' game coming up in about 20 minutes. Welcome to Hornet Arena, and it's high school basketball here tonight on a beautiful Tuesday. You've got Mark Scarlett and Jeremy Laster calling the ball game for you. We're glad you're watching, and what you're about to watch tonight is probably a pretty good preview of what the state championship game may be coming up in about a month and a half for the 6A level here in the state of Arkansas last year. It's going to be Bryant versus North Little Rock.
Well, Mark, you're exactly right. Not only are they big-time 6A Central Conference rivals, they're two of the best basketball teams in the state of Arkansas, and it wouldn't surprise me one bit to see these same two teams, right back in the finals this year.
Well, one of the things we know from a little scouting report I got from DJ Timmy today, and DJ Timmy is Tim Adams. He's the PA guy for the basketball games. His son Aiden plays on the high school team, who's a very good shooter, is the fact that this is going to be a contrast in styles. Bryant loves to run and gun, shoot the three, and go. And one of the reasons for that is we're small. North Little Rock, on the other hand, Laster, I'll let you do their keys real quick. It's obvious to see what they got.
North Little Rock is extremely athletic as always. They're always going to be hard-nosed, play the Hornets tough. And I'm looking out there and I see a 7-footer.
Yeah.
And so anytime you have a 7-footer on the floor, you're going to have to account for that. You're going to have to box out. You're going to have to limit their second chance opportunities, and hopefully good things will happen. Starting
off for the Hornets, it's going to be Corey Nichols, Aiden Adams, Cade Ruffner, Cameron Hunter, and Will Diggins. And for North Little Rock, you got number 10, the guy jumping, Khalil Ware, 7 feet tall. He goes straight down for a dunk for Tracy Steele right off the play. And I'm going to tell you, that was a design play, Laster.
That was a design play, and that's what having a 7-footer gets you.
That's it. You get that jump, and you can immediately click it out to him. Ruffner misses the ball in the wing for the Hornets. North Little Rock gets the rebound, and they're going to set it up. It's going to be very important that Bryant matches North Little Rock's intensity early. And a little strength play, Corey let number 2, DJ Smith, kind of strong-arm him underneath a little bit. Hornets just got to withstand the rally right here. North Little Rock up 4-0. Cameron Hunter out top. Good shot. Aiden Adams chases it down. Good play, Aiden, to get it back up top to Cameron. And Cameron drives straight at the 7-footer off the glass, and good. And as we've talked about, Jerry, that's what you got to do. You got to attack that guy. And that's going to be going the other way. When Smith had the basketball just then, he had Nichols on his hip, and he gave him a little shove, and they're going to call that a charge every time.
We're going back to Cameron Hunter. He broke down the defense, and one of the best players in the entire state of Arkansas doing that, being able to get to the hole and score.
And you can see one of the things that make Cameron so good is you look at him. Look how strong he is. In modern-day basketball, you've got to be strong to play it because you've got to be able to body those guys up. And Cameron's a little undersized, so he has to do it with strength. Corey Nichols misses a shot down low, and Cameron Hunter gets the rebound. Will Diggins moving some space out underneath, and down goes Cameron. And Cameron got that off the foot of Khalil Ware, the 7-footer, and it's going to be a turnover. Wing jumper, North Little Rock misses it. Diggins fighting for it. Good job, Hornets, showing some strength. And Hunter's got it in the middle of the court going down. Long 3, no good. And Ware up for the rebound. That's hard to defend, a 7-footer going up for a rebound except to block out.
That's all you can do, Mark, is block out and hope for the best.
Got to put a body on him. That's it. Long jumper out top, no good. Ruffner with the rebound for the Hornets. And we're moving the ball, doing exactly what we plan to do this basketball game is up-tempo, get it, and shoot the 3. Move the ball around and attack North Little Rock. Try to get the big man in foul trouble. You do that, and you make it a simple game. Hunter driving strong to the basket, and he's going to be fouled on the play, shooting 2. Charles Maris. And really, man, that's the one thing, Laster, you have to be able to do against them is North Little Rock's playing man-to-man, and they're probably going to play man-to-man, and you have to use that as your advantage. You just got to attack them.
Well, and what Coach Johnny Rice for North Little Rock is telling his players right now is you just can't let players get into the middle interior of your defense.
Yep.
The Hornets have done a good job of doing that so far.
You know, and it doesn't matter if you're watching girls basketball, Little League basketball, all of it. On the defensive end, the worst thing you can do is let the offensive players get inside your defense, because once they do that, you're kind of playing from behind at that point, and you're having to chase guys, and it gives the offense the advantage. And that's what Bryant's going to try to do all night long, is try to get in the center of that defense and attack them. North Little Rock's going to do the same thing. They're running what's called a flex on offense, and it's where they just swing out top and get the defense to try to chase, and that's exactly what happened. Wide open three for Charles Maris. He hits it. It's 7-4 North Little Rock over the Hornets. Early in the first period, again, Hornets just moving the ball, looking for an open look. North Little Rock in a man-to-man. The more we move, the more you try to make North Little Rock chase. You find a weakness and you attack it. Great move, Corey Nichols.
Outstanding.
Fantastic move.
Standing move by Corey Nichols there.
And exactly like you said, Jeremy, you attack that middle, good things that happen off that. You go right at Ware. You try to get him out of this basketball game, and it negates the size advantage. And that's just pure athleticism. If you know Corey, man, he is a fantastic player on the football team and on the basketball team. Great pass. You can see they run off that flex, find a seam. Number 3, Charles Maris, does a great job getting that ball inside for an easy layup for North Little Rock. Again, we talked about this in the girls' game. Good move, Cameron Hunter. North Little Rock gets it going the other end.
That's
Good job, Aiden Adams. They're going to call that a block, though, and it was a block. If you watch the replay on this, Aiden's going to move just a little bit with him, and they're going to call that motion every time. Or did they call it
Looks like the Hornets are going to have the ball here, Mark. I'm not sure. Maybe they called a travel. I initially thought he took too many steps there.
Yeah. They originally called a charge, but I guess they must have changed it. Made it a block. Adams, Diggins, and Corey Nichols coming out of the basketball game. You got Hunter. You're going to have number 15 for the Hornets, Jalen Montgomery. Austin Schroeder. Ruffner's going to be in the basketball game. Number 22 for the Hornets, Gavin Brunson's going to be in the basketball game. Schroeder gets it underneath, got the middle. Again, same thing. Hit that middle of the defense, collapse it, push the ball outside, get open looks. And we talked about the middle. The Hornets going to have the ball underneath the basket. We got a contrast of styles tonight. We talked about, Jeremy, it's going to be North Little Rock's going to try to get it more in a half court, and we're going to try to run and gun it. And that's how we're going to have to win this basketball game. Good pass inside. Good strong move, Cameron Hunter, and that's the that is the match you want right there. 9-8. North Little Rock up 1. 3:59 left in the first period. And they called, I guess they called Brunson. What happened was when they threw that ball underneath, Ware was off his feet, and Brunson come up underneath it, and they're going to call that every time. That's more protecting the offensive player off that.
What you want to do here, Mark, if you're the Hornet defense, is keep North Little Rock away from the rim, make them score from someplace else. But they got to the rim that time.
They sure did. They didn't do a good job of keeping that guy in front of him. He's fast. Number 2, DJ Smith, 5'8", senior guard. And if you're a senior and you've played in this league for 3 years, you've pretty much been through the SEC West in basketball. So you know what it's like to every night play a very tough, competitive game against some of the best teams in the state. DJ Smith is smart. He gets to the line. And that's going to be the thing, too. The Hornets are going to have to do a really good job on defense and keeping North Little Rock from being able to attack that basket, keeping them in front of them, make North Little Rock pull up for those jumpers and keep Ware out of it. He hits both free throws, 10-8 North Little Rock, hits one free throw, 10-8 North Little Rock. Hornets, again, moving the ball, making that defense move, trying to get that 7-footer out of the lane. And you can see right now, they can't guard Cameron Hunter.
You saw he got the defender off his feet, went right around him, and he's got a nose for the basket, Mark. He goes right to the hole, and when he gets there, you cannot stop that. He's just too strong.
And you can see what the Hornets and Coach Abrahamson's done is they know they have that mismatch with Hunter. They're staying in that man-to-man defense. And North Little Rock doesn't have anybody that can guard Cameron one-to-one, so we're smart, and we're going to attack the basket with Cameron, and we're pulling that 7-footer away from the basket to keep him off Cameron on that help side. Ware up top, good-looking touch by the 7-footer. They're going to get Schroeder on the block out because what happened is as Charles Maris went up, Schroeder got underneath him, got him off his feet a little bit.
Got to put a body on him a little bit earlier than that.
Can't wait for him to get in the air. Gets it to Ware underneath, and that's great defense. Hornets roughing, though. Ball's going to go off North Little Rock. Ruffin did a good job getting there and getting after it. Number 3 for the Hornets, Cade Ruffner. And it's going to be Hornets ball, up 11-10.
What you're seeing right now, Mark, is a lot of Hornets around the ball every time it comes off that rim, and that's a good sign.
You can see good intensity. They're getting the mismatches they want. North Little Rock's going to have to start collapsing on Hunter, and as he drives, they're going to get those shooters open. We just have to be patient. Schroeder up top, in and out, no good. Brunson got the rebound, let it go a little too low, and North Little Rock stole it from him going the other way. Schroeder had a good look. That ball went in and out. Long 3, number 1. Tracy Steele for North Little Rock, no good. Rebound Brunson. And Cameron Hunter's got it in the middle of the court.
Great box out by Brunson there.
Cameron Hunter, 3-pointer from the top of the key. Schrader Holmes, 3-pointer. You can hear DJ Timmy counting it down. Good steal by Ruffner. And there's going to be a foul on the play by North Little Rock. Number 23, Keelan Jackson fouls him, sophomore. We talked about this in the first game, Jeremy, where we talked about intensity. And we talked about how the North Little Rock girls had a lot of intensity and the Lady Hornets didn't have that intensity match. You're seeing Bryant with a lot more intensity right now than what North Little Rock has.
That's right. That's a good sign because if you recall, North Little Rock came out with the intensity. Now Bryant's taking that away.
That's right. You can see they're isolating Hunter again on offense, getting the match they want, letting Cameron go 1-to-1. He forced that one. Didn't have to force it. Good job Schroeder on the steal, though. They got to be a little patient. Don't push it. Look for your shooters. George on the wing, no good for the 3. Ware with the rebound. North Little Rock's going to be pushing the other way. Good defense by Brunson just then. Long 3, no good. George with the rebound. Gets it out to 15. Jalen Montgomery for the Hornets. And Bryant's moving the ball. Keep pushing it. Schroeder on the baseline. To Hunter, getting the matchup they want. You can see they're clearing out, leaving Hunter man-to-man with him. Shots up, no good by George. North Little Rock, Felix Wade on the rebound. They're going to slow it up just a little bit, set up their offense. And I'm telling you, if they're smart, they're looking for Ware underneath. You got a 7-footer, you got to use him. Yep, good job.
Well, you
got him on the elbow.
You called it, Mark. They've been playing him so tough so far this game. They need to keep that up.
Well, if you're North Little Rock on offense, I mean, to me, and Lord knows if you know anything about me, I don't know a whole lot about football or basketball or probably hardly anything, to be honest with you. My 3 kids, Kristen, Kelsey, and Cameron, will tell you that without a doubt. But that's pretty simple. You got a 7-footer down low. You go to that half-court game. You do what you're good at, and you attack through him. And then he can pass the ball wherever you want it from there. Corey Nichols on the baseline, again, moving it to Schroeder. Hornets are going to try to do a very good job of moving that ball, and you can see they're always going to come back to Cameron Hunter looking for that mismatch, and this is what Cameron's going to try to do. As they collapse on him, people will be open. Long 3, Hunter, no good. Rebound, number 11, Yubong Etom, a 6'8 senior.
You can see Coach Johnny Rice has changed some defensive strategies up for charging Wildcats to get that ball out of Hunter's hands.
Rice and Abrahamson, 2 of the best coaches in the state. Back to Ware underneath. He put too much English on it off the backboard. Tried to spin it. Hornets get it going the other way. And you can see just moving the ball, get it right to Hunter. Hunter had the open look, taking it strong to the basket, missed it, but he's fouled. Cameron's a little frustrated with himself on that. I think he knew he had that layup. He just pushed it a little too quick.
He did. We'll probably say this 20 times tonight, Mark, but when you're going down right the middle of the defense, good things are going to happen for you, and that one just didn't fall.
Cameron Hunter right now for the Hornets, he has, in fact, they don't have the score up right now, how many points Hunter has. Actually, he does. He's got, right now, Cameron does. I don't have the points on the board yet. But you can see Hornets offense, again, like we said in the girls' game, offensive strategy in a basketball game is really fairly simple. You find out who your dudes are, or you use the word dogs or whatever words you want to use. You find the guys that you know can score. We know Cameron Hunter. They can't guard him. So everything on the offensive end you're going to see go through Cameron Hunter tonight. And then you're looking for mismatches the entire time. And so that's the game prep into it. North Little Rock on the other side, they're going to go to their 7-footer Ware, and they're probably going to bleed off on number 1, Tracy Steele. So they've got their 2 guys that they think that we can't guard. And so it's really going to be a game of the strategies of how to limit those 2 guys.
The big key in this game as we go on, Mark, is as they concentrate more on Cameron Hunter defensively, is whether our other shooters can knock down some threes.
That's it. You're exactly right. Who's going to step up and take the pressure off Cameron Hunter on the offensive end? Good move, number 20. North Little Rock got the seam. Mario Fraser, 6'2", senior. Long shot, no good, and it's 16-14 now at the end of the first period. And you can already see this is going to go like this all the way to the end.
It is. No team's going to give an inch. I think what you're probably Coach Abrahamson's telling his team right now is make North Little Rock score some other way than at the basket. They're getting point-blank shots time and time again.
Yep, that's right. And you can see, and this is where we talk about the chess match of all great coaches. You saw it with Matthews and Fimples in the girls' game, and like we talked about, these ball games come down to you have 2 great coaches going at each other, and really what it's going to come down to is just going to come down to talent. Who's got the dudes? And if you put your dudes in the right positions, you have a chance to win that basketball game. And you're going to see them switch the entire ball game on offense and defense, trying to get their dudes either the ball or trying to switch it to keep the other guy getting the ball by their defense stuff.
That's exactly right. And as you pointed out with these 2 coaches, it will continue to be a chess match throughout the entire game.
And you hit it on the head, because what happens is when your guy gets the ball, we watched this all night tonight, North Little Rock's going to do a good job. They're going to start trying to double down on Cameron a little bit and limit the touches he gets. So what's going to happen is it's going to leave things open for the other guys on the team. And if the Aiden Adams and the other guys on the team, the shooters, and we know Adams is one of their best shooters, if you get him hot, it's going to be almost impossible to guard Cameron at that point.
You're exactly right.
Hornets going to open up second quarter with the ball, up 2. Long 3, George on the wing, no good. North Little Rock, number 12, Felix Wade with the rebound. Getting it down court, they're pushing it. Hornets, again, we talk about trying to keep them out of the middle on that defense and man-to-man. They're pushing. North Little Rock's just basically making Bryant chase them as they do cuts and screens. You can see Pointon moving the ball out. And then they're going to look for a lane. He walked. They didn't call it. That was good defense by the Hornets. Number 20, Mario Fraser, gets the basket.
Yeah, you hate to see that, Mark. Good defense. Yeah. That was a travel. You'd hope that they get a turnover there.
Corey attacking the middle, where the 7-footer from North Little Rock is not in the ball game right now, so it's more of a matchup of normal size versus normal size. And we'll see if Bryant can take advantage of that. Hunter's not in the ball game. Corey Nichols coming up strong, misses the shot, gets its rebound, strong at it. It's going to be fouled by Yubong Etom, the 6'8 senior. Good job, Corey Nichols. Corey's dad, Corey's dad I know played for the Razorbacks a while back. He was a fantastic athlete, and I think maybe his first name was Corey, and he's a very good man. And he's got a good kid. Corey, as we know, is an excellent football player for the 3-time defending state champion Bryant Hornets, who in 2019, my son played middle linebacker for him. He's in Lyon College, going to play college football for them this year. Another legacy of Buck James. And I know how much work he put into it.
I'm sure young Scarlett right now is in the gym, getting into work, getting ready to play for the season.
No, probably young Scarlett is in his dorm room, just got through eating, and probably hadn't combed his hair yet. So we're going to give him he probably worked out earlier, so I'm going to give him that. North Little Rock with the ball out top. Let's see, looking to attack that defense, and they let him get through, but luckily he missed it. Good job, Ruffner, with the block. And Hornets going the other way. Got the starters back in the basketball game. Hunter's got it. Same thing we've talked about. They're going to be moving the ball, trying to get Cameron involved. Nichols got a little too deep, looking for a shooter out of it. North Little Rock did a good job on defense, and they're going to get Ruffner, Aiden Adams on the foul coming on the other side. That's a good play that you just see. If you're a young player out here and you happen to be watching this ball game right now, what happened with Corey is, and especially if you're guard, is you don't want to get too deep.
That's right. You got to make a decision a little bit earlier than that on what you want to do. You need to shoot it or pass it. When you get too deep, bad things happen.
Well, he got too deep, and then he picked up his dribble, so he was in no man's land with no dribble. And North Little Rock did a good job of collapsing him. You can see they've got Ware back in the game on the outside, and that's exactly where you want him. It's 25 feet from the basket. And then they're going to attack on the baseline. Good move by Tracy Steele. You can see why he's one of the best players on the North Little Rock team. That was a fantastic underneath move, left hand. And Hunter and Diggins got a little miscommunication. North Little Rock's up 18. In fact, they've tied at 18 all right now with 5:51 left. Abrahamson calls timeout, and Hornets just got a little out of sync there on offense.
A little out of sync, and you know, this is easier said than done, Mark, but we talked about this before. You got to find out a way to keep the charging Wildcats away from the rim. You can see that's their goal every time. They're not necessarily looking to shoot the three. They're trying to get to the rim. Even if a missed shot comes off, they're trying to get the putback. So Hornets got to find a way to keep that from happening.
And if you're sitting here and wondering, like we just said a while ago, you have a 7-footer and you have him 25 feet away from the basket. Why would you put a 7-footer 25 feet away from the basket? Well, what they do in that case, if you notice, North Little Rock then started attacking the basket. Well, when you take Ware and you take him 25 feet from the basket for North Little Rock, what it does is it pulls Diggins out for the Hornets, who's your 6'4" postman. So now Bryant's smaller on the defensive end, and it's easier for them to attack it. And that's why they went after Steele. Steele underneath to Ware. You can see Steele flicks it back to Ware, and Ware with an easy layup. 20-18 North Little Rock, 5:30 left in the second period. Corey Nichols, good move, attacks the basket, left hand. Great move.
Got the big man in the air, hesitation, was able to put the basket in.
Yeah, good drive by Corey. And you can see that North Little Rock is having to defend. You know, they're trying to define Cameron Hunter the whole time. And we talked about somebody else stepping up, and that's exactly what Corey Nichols just did. What Ware did on that play is as he was driving or he had the ball, he shoved again with that little left hand. They're going to call that every time tonight. And the thing that we see in officiating that we appreciate when you watch a game is when they're consistently calling something on both sides. Diggins got the ball up top, back to Hunter. You can, like we've said, everything's going to go through Cameron Hunter tonight. And that's where you're going to need other people to step up. Adams doing a good job, chasing around with it. Going to take it strong, but he traveled. Yeah, Aiden did. We talked about earlier about getting in no man's land and picking up your dribble. You just saw that, a perfect case with Corey and Adams. Don't get in that lane and pick up your dribble unless you know exactly what you're going to do with it.
There's nowhere to go when you do that, Mark, especially if there's a 7-footer standing there.
That's right. Again, North Little Rock, they're basically keeping the same offense. You notice they're just keeping everything high. Long three, no good. Diggins with the rebound out to Adams. Adams is pushing. Adams is smart. He's going to get out there what he's good at, the three, but great steal by number 3, Charles Maris. Good move, good pass. Great job, Cameron Hunter with the block, and we're going the other way. Hunter, good move, using his body up, and great job having Ware. Khalil Ware on the foul. That is 2 on Ware.
That's what going up strong gets you.
That's it. You know, Cameron knew he was going to struggle scoring on that play, but his whole goal in that play wasn't really to score. It was to get Ware off his feet and foul him. Now he's got 2 free throws. 20 all, 4:12 left in the second period. Free throw up, good by Cameron. You know, we've watched Cameron Hunter was a freshman. When he came up, he didn't play ball for the junior high for the Hornets. He came up as a freshman with KK Robinson the year they almost won the state championship. I think Cameron was a sophomore. Remember in that ball game, Cameron had some big threes at Hot Springs in a packed house where we almost beat Fort Smith's Northside for the state championship.
That's right. He's always been a solid player, and he's only gotten better over time.
And I'll tell you, he's gotten bigger and stronger over time, and that's been the difference with Cameron's game. And he does such a good job with his body in midair. North Little Rock setting a play up, just kind of seeing where it is, and they get past him. Good job, Corey Nichols on defense. Corey, though, let DJ Smith get a step on him, had a little body. And that's sometimes a problem. Corey being a football player, he's stronger than Smith. If you look at Corey, number 1, going after number 2 out top, Corey's bigger. And so Smith doesn't handle the impact very well. So sometimes he'll get a call because somebody bumps into him. They'll call it when he really hadn't fouled him. It looks like he does. It's going to be 1-1. Bryant on the foul. Up 2. 3:55 left. Hornets up 2. Second quarter, you can definitely see the pace of play is going down a little bit. There's not as much defense is picked up, and so the tempo of the offense has changed a lot. Free throws up, no good off the 1-1. Hornets got the ball, pushing it. You got a freshman in the game. Good pass into George. George up, misses it. North Little Rock with the rebound. Takes it strong to the basket. DJ Smith on a good move. Any young player out there, just watch Smith just then. He kept that ball in the middle of the court the entire way. He never once went too far right or left, and that gave him a better option at it to shoot. Made it harder to defend. You can see spreading Hunter out. He's got the ball, moving it out top. Nichols to Ruffner. Again, Ruffner. Got a freshman. Drake Fowler, 6'2 freshman. Long three out top. Cameron Hunter. Good shot.
And the Hornets needed that.
They sure did. You can see their offensive tempo wasn't really where Coach Abrahamson wanted it. Cameron Hunter getting some life back in him. DJ Smith driving in. Cameron Hunter, strong rebound. Wears out of the game with 2 fouls. Long three, no good for the Hornets. George on the miss. North Little Rock going the other way. Hornets still in a man-to-man. Good steal, Cameron Hunter. He set that up, laying back. Good, strong move, Hunter. No good. Went for the dunk. Fouled by Mario Frazier.
So, Mark, what you saw there was a high-energy play. You look at all of his teammates along the bench. They're standing up, clapping for him.
That's right.
What you might see here is the Hornets go on a little bit of a run now.
And I can tell you what Coach Abraham's going to tell him just then. Don't go for that dunk. I mean, if you're 12 feet up, go for that dunk. But if he would have just laid that up, that would have been a three-point play. Free throws up, good by Cameron. But you're right, that was a high-energy play. If he pulls it off, this place goes absolutely through the roof. And I'll say this, being a Bryant guy, graduate high school in Bryant, 1985, we used to play in the old gym for many years. If you have not been to a Bryant game since we built this brand-new arena, it is absolutely amazing. Just incredible. Probably one of the nicest on-campus facilities, from a D2 college school to a high school in the state. Taking it strong down the middle of the lane. North Little Rock got a foul, number 1. Tracy Steele on the drive.
Want to make sure we thank the patrons of the Bryant School District for this arena. You've done a wonderful job for these students in this community.
They really have. It is absolutely beautiful. And, I mean, this is one of these arenas, I'll tell you, 25 years from now, this place is still going to be incredible. When we built it and designed it, they designed it for 20 years from now because it's still going to be absolutely incredible.
Well, Mark, you hit the nail on the head. You can go around to a lot of good-sized colleges in our state, in our country, and not see an arena this nice.
That's right. Steele, good ball player from North Little Rock, hits both free throws. The freshman out top, Drake Fowler, he drugged that left foot. You know, see Cameron Hunter giving him a little senior leadership there, telling him it's all right. Fowler, 6'2", very athletic. Big moment for a freshman. Good drive to the bar. You can tell real quick, Diggins got him on the arm on that. If Diggins would have kept that hand up, they wouldn't have called that foul. And you can see real quick North Little Rock's strategy. DJ Smith is a matchup problem.
He is. He's super quick. He gets to the rim, and he's either going to score, he's either going to go to the line like he is right now, or the ball's going to come off. He's going to hope one of these tall players from North Little Rock grabs and sticks it back.
You can see probably what they're going to have to start doing with Smith a little bit is you're going to probably have to play what we used to call sagging man on him. Smith hasn't proven he can hit the three, so I would make Smith shoot a jumper. I would not let him drive anywhere near that basket. That's
an excellent point. Anything at all you can do to keep the charging Wildcats away from the rim is going to pay dividends for the Hornets as this game goes on.
You know, if I was almost going to play defense on Smith right now, I'd back off him about 5 feet, and I would tell him, you can have the three. I'd get out on the court and tell him that. Now, there's a very good chance I wouldn't be within 5 feet of him, period. Probably 20 feet is about as close as I got on the defensive side. Hornets moving the ball up. Jalen Montgomery They have a turnover. North Little Rock takes it down. DJ Smith, good block. Cameron Hunter just over strong and too strong for him. Getting it down lower. Aiden Adams gets it, driving it, swinging it around. You can see Hornets offense right now. Good drive all the way to the basket. Jalen Montgomery, great job recognizing the mismatch. Nobody rotated over.
You're right, Mark. He saw nobody was there to help, and he did exactly what you're supposed to do, go right to the rim.
DJ Smith, good job. Almost got it by Montgomery. North Little Rock moving the ball around. Good ball movement, getting the open look. Shots up, no good, and Hunter with the rebound. Montgomery's pushing it again for Bryant. Hunter sagging back. And just moving the ball around, getting it to Hunter. Letting Cameron do that great pass. Aiden, great job recognizing that wasn't his shot, moved it back out. Oh, good pass to Diggins. Great job.
That's your classic pick and roll right there.
One of my favorite offensive linemen in the state is Will Diggins. DJ Smith with the jumper, good shot. As I said earlier, make him shoot that. I'd rather him shoot that than take it to the basket.
He's got 9 quick points for them.
33-28. Hornets up 5. 22 seconds left in the half. Montgomery taking it all the way to the basket. No good. He was going against 6'8". Etam.
Partially blocked there.
And Etam didn't have to do much, just keep his hands up. North Little Rock looking for the final shot. Down 5. Hornets have done a good job. Good job. We get the steal. Oh, the time ran out, and that's going to be great defense by Cameron Hunter, getting everybody fired up. Abrahamson's probably not happy with some of the effort on the other end. But Hornets up 5 at halftime, Laster. It's a great game.
Sure is exactly what we thought we'd see. 2 heavyweight teams in Arkansas going at it. And expect to see the same in the second half.
All right, Hornet fans, well, we're going to go ahead and take a break here in the at halftime, and we're going to pick it right back up as we start the second half, and it is Bryant 31, North Little Rock 28, and we'll see you at the start of the second half. are back at Hornet Arena for the second half of the Bryant Hornets versus North Little Rock. And we've got a ball game on our hands, Jeremy Laster. It's Hornets up 31-28. I got the score wrong a while ago. I think on the score, actually on the live stream, it said 33-28. But on the scoreboard, which is what counts, it's always the official book is what counts. No matter what you see on the scoreboard, it's always the official book, and the official book says 31-28. And Laster, this is going to come down. This is going to be a war the second half.
It's going to be a war. This is a game, exactly the kind of game that we expected when we got started. Again, we talked about it before, but two heavyweights going right after each other, and it's going to come down to the last possession.
Well, I can tell you right now, I know what North Little Rock's strategy is going to be the second half. And I'm not a coach by any means. I'm just an elementary principal. I'm not even a good one at that. But probably I would keep the ball away from Cameron Hunter the best I can this second half and make somebody else from Bryant beat you. And I think that's going to be the strategy. Smith, I think, stepped on the baseline, drove hard to the basket, got bailed out on that one. Nichols with the rebound, and he's going to be fouled. Again, we talked about on a defensive key for the Hornets in the second half, and one of the things we noticed in that first half, DJ Smith, he likes to take it to the basket. He's fast, he's smart, and we've got to keep him away from that basket.
Well, right now, until they prove us wrong, we would let North Little Rock continue to shoot those threes, get rebounds, and go on a break.
Nichols has the ball up front to Aiden Adams off the screen. Good-looking shot by Adams, no good. He squared up and everything, just barely missed it left. And that was a set play for the Hornets to try to get somebody else involved. Down low to Ware, little jumper over Diggins. Good defense, Diggins, and Adams with the rebound. Hornets going the other way. Great pass. Cameron Hunter to one of the best offensive linemen in the state of Arkansas, Will Diggins. I don't know how many times I've called that man's name the last 2 years out loud on a PA during a football game.
He has moved his share of defensive lines for sure.
So he is. If you're at University of Arkansas and you want a mean offensive lineman, here's your guy right here. For a small fee of $250,000, I'll go ahead and work for the University of Arkansas and help recruit from that standpoint. Me and Laster both. It's a 2-for-1. Good shot, number 3, Charles Maris on a baseline shot. And Bryant, as we said at the beginning of the game, they're pushing it. Down low, Ruffner misses the try to did a reverse on Ware. Didn't work out. And North Little Rock going the other way. Good job, Cameron Hunter on the defense. Just one extra pass from North Little Rock. They should have took it straight up. Adams has it. Over to Hunter, long 3 for Cameron, no good. Diggins with the rebound. Turns it over on the outside. Corey Nichols thought he almost had the steal. Boy, that was close. North Little Rock finally regains it. Real sloppy offensively so far. Nichols gets it back to Hunter. And Cameron's going to take it strong to the basket. He's fouled on the backside by number 4, Kareem Cotton. You know that name if you're a Bryant football fan. The last 3 years in the state championship game and in conference season, Kareem's been the quarterback for North Little Rock. I tell you, smart kid, tough kid.
He is. I tell you what, we wish him the best, but it's going to be good to not have to see him.
Yeah, I'm glad to see him go. Good
right.
luck in college, Kareem. Yeah.
What a player.
Cameron Hunter, free throws up good. 30. Now it's 34-30, or 34-30. 6 minutes left in the third quarter. And you can see, and right now, both offenses just don't have a rhythm to them. It just seems like this is a ball game that's really more of a defensive type thing where the defenses are disrupting the offenses, and you just don't see anything that's smooth on the offensive end. North Little Rock, turnover, just throws it right at Cameron, down to Ruffner. Ruffner back up. Good pass to Adams. Adams smart. Don't take it against the 7-footer. Take it out for the 3. Ruffner, no good. Off Diggins, left hand, out of bounds.
What you really like to see, Mark, is every rebound, whether it's on the offensive or defensive glass, you're going to see 2 or 3 Hornets around it, and that's great.
Yep. They're doing a good job. And we talked about this earlier. It's the intensity aspect of it. Bryant, the whole game, just seems to have a little bit more intensity than North Little Rock does. Got an official timeout. Over there talking to the scorers table. They're pointing at somebody. And I think somebody in the stands may have said something that the official heard. So the score table's calling somebody over. Not really sure what's going on. But they're talking to a resource officer, so they're not happy with something, a fan said. I'm sure Officer Ledbetter, in fact, if you're sitting here on live stream, the officer that you're looking at here is Austin Ledbetter's dad. Mr. Ledbetter Lee is a very good man.
You always like to see him around campus. Where you don't like to see him is at center court during the middle of a high school basketball game.
That's true. Now, that's not where we want to see Officer Ledbetter. So we want to try to keep it clean. Ledbetter's a good man. Like I said, son's a fantastic quarterback the last 3 years for Bryant. He's got another son, Ethan, who's going to be a fantastic lineman for the Hornet program as they move up. As we see him walk up the stairs, Laster, I'm okay, good. They're not coming for us. That's good. I just had, for a split second there, I kind of had a flashback of as they're walking toward me, I thought maybe I'd done something wrong.
Mark, it wouldn't have been surprising, but
No.
I'm glad it's not us.
It's all right. I've got a lot of teachers back at Bryant Elementary right now that were hoping it was me, but it's not. So let's get back to the second half. Again, Hornets up 5, 35 to 35 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third quarter. North Little Rock's got the ball strong to the basket. Tracy Steele with a strong drive. Hornets overplayed him on defense. You can't do that to Steele, and he takes it strong for the dunk. Corey Nichols, strong move to the basket over Ware. He's going to be fouled on the play. And sometimes on defense is that you can almost over-rotate too much. Sometimes you can move too much on the defensive side. And when you do that against a very smart player like Steele, he takes advantage of it in a split second. And the Hornets, as they rotated up, they left that baseline open. Steele recognized it. He took it strong to the basket. Corey Nichols with the shot. And then the same way on the other end, Corey Nichols took advantage of the same type situation for North Little Rock. They rotated too much over, and Corey took advantage of that gap real quick and got the foul. So far, Cameron Hunter leads the Hornets in scoring. He's got 23. Tracy Steele's got 9 as a leading scorer. Or excuse me, DJ Smith is the leading scorer for North Little Rock right now. North Little Rock working on offense. Hornets in a man-to-man defense. You can see we talked about this earlier. They're going to go inside to Ware, the 7-footer over Diggins. Good shot. And that's going to be I guarantee it in the second half, Jeremy. We're going to see that right there. Very simple. Go to the 7-footer. Changing defenses up. I think we got a timeout, or they thought a timeout was called by Abrahamson. So they had a trap. And you can see, and we talked about this chess game between two great coaches, you can see what's North Little Rock done. They've kind of stayed in a half-court man-to-man, kind of a passive man-to-man until you get to the 28-foot mark. They jumped that quick and trapped up top. Long three, Ruffner, good. Nothing but bottom.
That's exactly what you want to see if you're the Hornets. You want to see other people hitting three when they get open. Good shot there.
That's it. We said it at the outset. The second half is going to be who can score to take the pressure off Cameron Hunter in the second half. Ruffner with a good shot out top. North Little Rock moving the ball around. You let Smith have that jumper. No good. Aiden Adams with the offside rebound. Corey Nichols gets the ball. And Aiden Adams, long three, no good. Aiden moved a little bit. Diggins with a good thing. One of the things you do if you're a shooter, and Aiden just right then, he moved right when he jumped. He kind of backed up a little bit on that shot. He should have went straight up, straight down on that shot. It would have been right at it. Hornets up 5, 4 minutes left in the third quarter. You can see, we said earlier, they're going to get the ball in the Ware, and Ware over Diggins the same way. It's pretty much last year you can count it. It's going to go to Ware and then outside, or Ware's going to hit that turnaround jumper. And Hornets are going to have to counteract that. Good job, Corey Nichols.
Fearless drive there by Corey Nichols.
Still back into Ware. Ware again. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to automatically call it when they call cross half court. Ball's going to go into Ware.
Well, he's very comfortable turning over that left shoulder.
And that's called good coaching. You got a 7-footer, you go with the 7-footer every time. Khalil Ware, very highly recruited. Diggins, good screen out top for Hunter. Hunter looking for a gap. to Corey Nichols, swings it over to Schroeder. Schroeder wide open three, no good. Good ball movement for the Hornets. Shot just didn't fall. Smith, great move. Good move. He had Nichols. He rotated him over, and he took it straight to that gap. I love Smith's game, but I would not let Smith drive that basketball. I would play 5 feet off him, make him shoot. Cameron Hunter too strong. Ware with the rebound. North Little Rock still's got it going the other way. Moving the ball around. Smith again. Good-looking shot. Hits it. Timeout, Bryant. You saw that coming. One of the things that we saw all of a sudden, and we talked about earlier how the offenses just didn't seem to have any flow to them. If you've paid attention the last 2 minutes, the flow for North Little Rock has been very simple.
And you're right, Mark. The two things that you see there is you got the 7-footer. He settled them down with a couple of good shots there. And then you have an outstanding guard, number 2, who can break the defense down, got an easy layup. He's starting to feel it now, and he's starting to hit some outside shots.
Yep, and you could just see the rhythm of that. You know, we've noticed this whole second half, there's just been not a rhythm. There's really not been a rhythm to the Bryant offense, and there's not been a rhythm to the North Little Rock offense. All of a sudden, Rice, who is the Johnny Rice, who's an excellent coach for North Little Rock, and you can see why he is an excellent coach, is he settled his team down offensively, and so what did he do? He went to the 7-footer. The 7-footer hits 3 straight turnaround jumpers inside the lane. All of a sudden you could see the energy on the offensive side calm down, and then you got DJ Smith. So when you don't go to the 7-footer, it opens the lanes for everybody else. What Smith do? He attacks.
That's exactly right, Mark. I think what you'll expect to see from Coach A coming out of this timeout is the same thing for Bryant. I think you're going to see a good offensive set. You're going to try to see the offenses settle down a little bit, and then maybe Bryant can go on a little run here.
Yep, that's it. What we're going to try to do now is, and I guarantee you what Abrahamson did, he's making some minor adjustments on defense, and what he's going to try to do is disrupt their offensive flow. At the same time, look who's got the ball for the Hornets. It's Cameron Hunter bringing the ball up the court. So now you're back into your normal offensive flow, and then look what happens. Cameron Hunter takes it straight to the basket. I'm telling you, people, basketball's simple. If you got the dudes, it's easy to do it. And both these guys have dudes. There's Tracy Steele. Yep, Schroeder's got a little bit too much football on the baseline on Steele just then. Put a little too much body on him. That's going to be a foul. Hornets up 1. And you can see those adjustments were simple. What Abrahamson did was he got the ball back into the hands of Hunter, and that's what allowed the flow of that offense to look totally different. Hunter attacks, and Hornets up 1. Good job, North Little Rock inside to Rare. Looking for the 7-footer. Not a whole lot you can do about that except try to keep him away from the basket and make him shoot 8 to 10-footers. You don't want him shooting 4-footers. You just want to see if you can push him out to that 10-foot range. Cameron again on offense, taking it strong. Oh, just rolls out. But as we said earlier, notice that offensive pattern. Hunter's got it. Hunter's attacking. They can't guard him.
You're right, Mark. Nothing does better for a struggling offense than to get one of your best players, the ball in their hands, get them moving toward the basket. Either get a basket or, as you see right here, a couple of free throws.
And if you wonder from a coaching standpoint, why has Cameron Hunter not had the ball the entire third quarter like this, and we waited to the minute 50 mark, ball game tied 44-all, is you're resting him at the same time. You can't go full tilt Cameron Hunter the entire basketball game. So this is how you rest your best player, is you kind of change the flow of the offense where he's not having to work as hard. We're about to start the fourth quarter. I guarantee it's going to be the Cameron Hunter show starting up on offense. Good job, Gavin Brunson. On defense, he tried to push it, though. Got to have a turnover. North Little Rock gets it back, and there's our guy, DJ Smith, taking it down the middle of the court. Great play.
There's that man again.
And DJ's a dude. Old Buck James says in football, he's a dude. He's a dude. The only way you stop a dude is you got to be a dude. And right now, Bryant's got to figure out how to stop DJ Smith. Where the 7-footer goes out, last minute 30 of the third period. North Little Rock up 1, 46-45. Been a well-called game. The reason it's been a well-called game is you don't notice there's referees out there. The better they are, the less you see them. And they've really done a good job consistently the whole game. And what we mean by that is if they're not calling hand checking on one side, they're not calling the other side. So it just kind of goes with the flow of the game. You're not seeing big changes on how they call things. They've been a good crew. Hunter back up top with the ball, looking for a gap. Cameron fighting it, probably doing too much. Got the ball back. Called timeout. It's going to be timeout for the Hornets with 1:16 left. And that's one of the things, too, that you've got to do a better job on offense. And we talked about this earlier. If you notice, Cameron got too far inside that lane.
And you need your shooters to flash so he can see you, be a big target for him. And then when you get the ball, you got to knock it down.
That's one of the things that you just hit, which is a key point on being a shooter. When you have a great point guard and he's driving to the basket like that, as a shooter, what you have to do is you've got to get an angle, and this is all practice, and you work on these things in practice. And what you're trying to do is as that point guard drives, you're trying to create a triangle. So as he drives, he has two options. He can swing back to you, or he can swing away from you. And so in that situation right there, those shooters have to do a better job of getting wider so that angle for Cameron to see them is better. At the same time, Cameron can't get that deep. Hornets substitute out. George is back in the game. Ruffner's back in. Back out to Corey Nichols up top off the lane. Guy did a great move getting the 6'8" center, eat him up. Good move, Corey Nichols. Hornets tie the ball game. 1:05 left in the third period. North Little Rock got the ball on the other side. North Little Rock resting some of their starters for the final stretch. Good job defensively by the Hornets. Good block, Brunson. North Little Rock still fighting for it. Good job, Brunson, again. Great job on the defensive end for Gavin. Back out to Corey Nichols, and Hornets are attacking. Get it back to the shooter, back out to Ruffson. Back inside to Brunson, off his hands. Got lucky for Corey to get that back on the baseline. Excuse me, Ruffner, number 3. Sorry about that. Cade Ruffner, a junior, 6'3", 170. Great shooter. Nichols on the side. Hunter stays in the middle, and they're going to get Corey on the charge on that. He did. Corey charged.
And when you lower your shoulder, you make it really easy for the ref.
He lowered that right shoulder, and when he did, they're going to call that 99 out of 100 times. And that's a good call. Abrahamson subbing, getting Adams in the ball game. Again, that's one of those things as a football player, it's hard to get out of your system. Corey's such a physical football player. It's one of those things when you go to drive like that, that's going to kick in even when you're driving, is that physical play of it. North Little Rock did a good job moving their feet, so they're going to get that charge. 47 off, 14 seconds left into the third quarter. DJ Smith, really love this kid. He's got the ball. We got to keep him out of that lane. Back into Ware. Ware over the jumper, and they're going to get Brunson on the body on that.
Brunson did a good job of moving him out a little bit farther than what he wanted when he took that shot and just got the foul.
Yeah, he did. When Ware turns like that and the guy and Brunson got up underneath him and was moving with him, they're going to call that. Brunson got the shot he wanted off of him from a defensive standpoint. What he should have done is been a little bit more passive when he caught it, and that way there wouldn't have been so much body contact and they wouldn't have called that on Ware. Looked like we have a little finger injury on Ware. He's going to go back and get that taken care of. Rice is going to find somebody that'll shoot the free throws for Ware as he goes out. I think they're going to give him a little bit of time to get that taken care of. But they put you on a clock when you do that as a coach. If you got a guy that's got an injury timeout like that, you have a certain period of time the officials give you before you have to make a decision to bring somebody else in to shoot those shots. 4 seconds left. Jaden Smith, 5'10" senior, comes in, shoots the free throws after the Ware foul after he's got a little injury they're working on. First shot's up and good. Been a great ball game, man. Fourth quarter's going to be good.
It's going to be a barn burner. And I tell you where this comes from, where number 0 gets in to shoot the free throws, is at the end of every practice when everybody's tired, coach is going to put you at the line and have you shoot free throws. And I bet you number 0 there Makes all of them.
Yeah, and if you've ever been a part of that, it's just where they line everybody up on the baseline, and if you miss, everybody runs. So the pressure's there. Hornets don't get a shot off. Looks like they were trying to set something up. Buzzer goes off. Hornets down 2 to start the fourth quarter. And last year we talked about this from the very beginning. You know, we said a little bit on how, you know, you watched how they probably rested Cameron in that third quarter a little bit, and you changed some of that offensive flow. North Little Rock got into it and did a good job of going after Waring, and pretty much we know what the strategy is going into the fourth quarter. It's can you stop it? They're going to go into Ware.
They are, and the Hornets are going to have to be ready for it, just like North Little Rock's going to have to be ready for a steady dose of Cameron Hunter in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, it really is simple. I mean, it's going to be on the offensive side of North Little Rock, it's going to be DJ Smith, the point guard, who's had a big night tonight. It's going to be Ware, the 7-footer underneath. That's what the Hornets are going to have to concentrate on in the fourth quarter. On the offensive side for the Hornets down on this side, last year I think you said it best. It's going to be all Cameron Hunter in the fourth quarter. Which Hornet is going to step up to relieve that pressure off Hunter to win this basketball game?
Mark, in 8 minutes, if we're talking about a Hornet victory, it's going to be because that other player for the Hornets stepped up and made one or two crucial threes down the stretch to give the Hornets the win.
So far, it's kind of been Corey Nichols has done a good job. Corey's got 8 points for the Hornets to this point. Number 10 for North Little Rock. Actually, Cam Hunter for the Hornets has 27 points. Corey has 3. For North Little Rock, number 2, DJ Smith has 16. Tracy Steele has 8. Ware, I think, has 10. Ware's not in the game right now. Hunter to Adams. They know where Adams is. They're not going to let him set his feet. Not a real good pass just then. He walked.
That was a walk.
He drugged that foot. It may have looked like a 2-step, but he drugged that foot before he got that second step down. That was a walk, but no call. Hunter's got it on the other end. Back to Adams, top of the key. Adams is a shooter. He's a little lefty, and if he gets on, he can hit 3 or 4 in a second. Cam Hunter, long 3, no good. Steele with the rebound. Steele's got it top of the key. Smooth move going into the basket. Misses it. Good defense by Ruffner. And Hornets going the other way with Cameron. Good move. Cameron Hunter, all strength. Great job tapping it back off the miss to Corey Nichols. Corey, mid-range jumper, no good. Diggins with the rebound to Ruffner, to Adams. Adams wide open, doesn't take the 3. They set it back up with Corey. That took discipline from Adams because I know his dad, who's DJ Timmy for the football game, he would have yanked it in a heartbeat. That's off North Little Rock, DJ Smith. DJ's overplaying that, and one of the things Corey could probably do is don't pick that dribble up right there and go right at DJ. You're going to get Adams on the wing with a wide-open 3 as DJ overplays those things. Right there. You can use that against him. You can backdoor DJ off those, and that may be what they're going to set up here in a second. Cameron Hunter, good, strong, physical job underneath, no good. North Little Rock off the rebound. Going the other way. Keep him in front of you. Good job, George. They let him body him up, push him back. Number 20, Mario Frazier with the bank shot. North Little Rock's up 53-47. They've made a push this second half. Hornets got to get it going on offense. 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Down 6. Diggins, good screen out top. Hunter takes it strong to the basket. Blocked by Elgin. Going the other way. And they overthrew it. They had Steele on the cut.
That's a break for the Hornets there.
That sure was. Because if Steele would have caught it, as athletic as he is, he'd have laid that up. It would have been a tough shot, but I guarantee it, he'd have done it. And we talked about intensity. What did we talk about intensity? First 3 quarters, the Hornets have had more intensity. You don't see that in the fourth quarter.
That's right. Hornets need to pick up the intensity right here.
Good swing out to Ruffner from Nichols, and that no good. I thought that was in. From here, we're high top of the arena. That was dead at it. Back to Smith. Cameron Hunter got him up top. I thought that was a foul, but they didn't call it. Cameron layup on the other end. 53-49, 5 minutes left. Hornets pick up the tempo. George out top on Smith. I'd play back at him. I wouldn't get him that far out because he is looking exactly for that. He's doing a clear out. North Little Rock's going to cut and move to the basket. Smith out top, 3 good.
Well, we wanted him to shoot that all night long, and when he did it, he finally nailed it.
Yeah, well, again, that's why I'm not a coach. I'm sitting up here calling the game. But I would rather him take that than the drives to the basket. Cameron down low. Kind of gets bailed out with a foul on that one. You can see it just seems like Cameron doesn't have the pep in his legs this fourth quarter. That's probably why Abrahamson was trying to rest him a little bit on the offensive end during the third quarter. I'm sure he's about to find that other gear that all great players do. Hornets down 7. 4:44 left in the ball game. Cameron Hunter makes a free throw. Schroeder into the ball game. George goes out. North Little Rock going down the stretch has Ware in the ball game now. Your 7-footer, DJ Smith, Steele. All their starters are back in.
Got a layup and 2 free throws there by Cameron.
Yep, 5 points. 5-point lead for North Little Rock. Still baseline, kicks it back out. Long 3 from the corner, no good. There's our man, DJ Smith, offside rebound. It's good.
That's his 23rd point.
Yep, he's a player. Again, he's a dude. We got to figure out a way to stop that dude. Good screen, Diggins. Cameron up top. Cameron Hunter, long 3. Good shot.
Cameron Hunter is keeping the Hornets in the game.
He sure is.
Need some other folks to step up.
We've said it. That's the key for the fourth quarter. Who's going to step up to help win this game for the Hornets? Smith out top, driving it to the basket to Ware. He's going to be fouled on the drive. Same thing we've said all night. You got Smith on the drive. He gets that deep into your defense, and there's nothing good going to happen, especially when you got a 7-footer trailing. Up 6. Ware shooting the free throw. It's his 15th point. Good-looking shot. Anytime you got a kid that tall, you could imagine the number of D1 offers he has. He's got a good skill set, just needs to get stronger before he can play at that next level. You kind of saw that with Arkansas the other night, Alabama. Ruffner from the corner. Good-looking 3 by Ruffner. Number 3, Cade Ruffner. Good-looking shot. He's had several just go right at it, and that was right at the bottom of the net. 4-point lead for North Little Rock. Still on the baseline. Cameron Hunter on the block. Down to Ruffner. Ruffner to Schroeder. Schroeder, I thought about pulling up. Good pass to Diggins. No good. Schroeder with the rebound. No good. The only time tonight I've seen Diggins look like an offensive lineman was on that shot right there. And actually, Schroeder had such an open lane to the basket, he really didn't need to pass it. He should have just took it. I don't think Diggins was looking for it, and I'm making excuses for him because I love Diggins. He's a wonderful offensive lineman. But we've played before, and we know, and when you've played the game of basketball before, it's hard to explain to people sometimes, how do you miss a 3-foot, 4-foot shot? And you don't understand. Sometimes those shots aren't the easiest to take.
No, they're not, especially when they're wide open.
Oh, yeah.
You almost rather have somebody on you.
Yeah, you really would. Because what happens in those situations is you got to think about it. And the worst thing you can do in sports is think.
And that thought that goes through your mind is, am I really this wide open?
Oh, yeah. Or don't miss it. That's what, don't miss it. But I'm telling you, Will Diggins, and, you know, I've called games for the last 10 years of Bryant. There's nothing I like better than watching Will Diggins on a pull block. And he's one of those offensive linemen that points at the linebacker when he's trying to go decapitate the guy. Got to love guys like that. Absolutely love watching Diggins play football.
He is not the man you want to see pulling around the line.
You do not want to be an outside linebacker on a pull block with Diggins pointing at you running downhill. Schroeder's free throw, no good. Hornets down 4, 3 minutes left. Every basket is getting crucial. Especially wide open ones. You got to get that. Next free throw up. Schroeder's good. 3-point game, 3 minutes, 14 seconds left. DJ Smith, he's got the ball. I'd have it in his hands too. Run everything through him. Oh, they missed it. He went to cut. They lost it. Nichols taking it strong to the basket, gets it, fouled from behind. And I'll tell you what happened on that. I don't think Steele really fouled him. The problem is it looked like it because he was trailing the play. Nichols slowed up, and Steele's in that bad spot. You're chasing the guy. You're trying to back off, and at the same time, the perception looks like you fouled him. Free throw's no good by Corey.
It's hard to put on the brakes in that situation.
It
Going
is.
for the block and the man stops on you. It's hard to do.
1 point ball game, 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. DJ Smith loses it up top. And he's bailed out. They called a timeout on that, and I don't think Smith had control of that basketball when they called that timeout. I could be wrong. That's why you have instant replay, but I thought that official blew that whistle quick, getting that ball to North Little Rock.
Mark, all of a sudden you look up at the scoreboard and you're right where you thought we'd be.
Yeah.
2:48 left, and it's a 1 point ball game. It's going to be an entertaining 2 minutes and 48 seconds.
I mean, if you just told us at the beginning of the ball game it'd be a 1 point game at this point, no doubt about it, going either way. If you'd have told me it'd been a 20 point game, I wouldn't have believed that.
That's exactly right.
There's no way I saw that at all. Again, this is where you just get two well-coached teams going at each other. Abraham, some Johnny Rice from North Little Rock. And it's just watching the chess match. See North Little Rock getting it back up to Smith. Smith's shaky the last 2 times going down the court. I'm surprised, but I have a feeling they're going straight to Ware. Bryant's going to try to sag off with Ruffner if they get the ball in. Smith, good-looking shot. This is exactly what I'd make him shoot. Good-looking shot off the run. North Little Rock up 3. Good defense by the Hornets. You don't want him driving. He did a good job pulling up.
That's one of those you just got to tip your cap. Did everything right when you're a Hornet. He just hit a good, tough shot.
That's just good defense, great shot. Ruffner on the baseline, taking it strong to the basket. And, that ball, I don't know how that ball didn't go in. That was a great job. Tough shot by Ruffner. It just wouldn't fall.
Tough shot, good, strong move, fearless move there, and he's going to the free throw line with a chance to make this a 1 point game again.
Again, Cade Ruffner, junior, 6'3", 170 pounds. Great shooter, good-looking shot, good, strong move. Free throws up and good by Ruffner. 2 point game, 2 minutes, 11 seconds left. Almost 2:12, just 2:11. Just one more degree, Laster. That's all it is. Ruffner free throws up and good. 1 point game.
Hopefully the Hornets can find that one more degree in this last 2 minutes.
That's right. DJ has it. They're bracketing defense of him. They're not going to let him drive left or right. Good job sagging back. Tracy Steele gets it. Good move baseline. Trying to go against Diggins. Stolen by Nichols. Down to Cameron. Cameron Hunter blocked by Smith. It's going to be jump ball. Great play by Smith. Cameron went up and did not think Smith was going to get that high. And DJ Smith got up to block that shot.
I just can't tell you how impressed I am with DJ Smith tonight. He has done everything for the Charging Wildcats. DJ
Smith, 5'8", senior. You're a D2 college in Arkansas, and you're looking for a point guard that can make things happen. This guy can do it. He made him do it at the D1 level. Great move right there. Hornets just absolutely did not get over like they needed to. DJ takes it right down the gap. Back to Schroeder. Schroeder takes it strong. Ware blocks it. It's going to be go out of bounds against North Little Rock. Probably not the shot Abrahamson's looking for.
And right here, Mark, you're down 3. It's a one-possession game. You got 126. There's no sense in rushing it, no sense in pressing. Just get in your offense, get a good shot.
There's no panic. Just set your offense up. You got Corey, you got Hunter, you got Cameron Hunter, you got Corey Nichols up top. Take your time. Take your time, set up the play. You don't even have to have a 3. Just get you a good shot. Don't force it, because they're going to play off Cameron. Cameron Hunter, great shot. Beautiful shot. 1 point game, 1 minute left. DJ Smith setting it up, long 3, and he buries it. 68-64. Long three, Cameron Hunter, no good. DJ Smith, shockingly, with the rebound. Corey Nichols. And I don't know if they called that a jump or a foul on Corey.
Looks like they're calling it a foul, Mark, but it looked like a jump.
No, that was a jump. That really was. And I've been complimentary to the officials tonight, but that was a jump. I don't know what they looked at from a foul standpoint. But it's going to be North Little Rock's ball, 42 seconds left. I mean, you got to hand it DJ Smith. That's 30 points off a 25-foot three.
Young man decided he wanted to try to put a dagger. We'll see if that
He
what it
sure
was.
did. Up 4, North Little Rock has the ball.
Oh.
That was a foul. I actually thought that should have been called about 2 seconds earlier. We're going to be going the other end. You know, when we talked about this the whole game, and we talked games like this come down to, when I use this word, dudes, dogs, whatever, and you got to have a guy that shows up and decides to be a dude or a dog tonight. And I'm going to say, if you want to have a Dog of the Night award, it's DJ Smith. He's shown it.
Well, it's not often in a high school basketball game that you see somebody put up 30. But you don't just look at the points with him. I mean, he's broken down defenses. He had a critical block shot here in the fourth quarter. He's gotten several loose balls. He's just done so many things well for the Charging Wildcats tonight. And like you said, he's just been a real man for them. Even when you just look at the 30 points, that just doesn't tell the whole story with what he's done in this ball game.
I mean, he's just scored the last 5, and he had a beautiful drive down the middle where he split 2 defenders and went up. Great body control, and he's fast. He's got great leaping ability. He makes a phenomenal block on a Cameron Hunter layup down there, and then he pulls up with a 25-foot, like you called it, a dagger to make it a 4-point game with 37 seconds left. And DJ, man, he's done it. He really has. You got to tip your cap to him. And like you said, just a hard guy to defend.
He's quick. He can take it to the left, to the right. And
he's
then
smart.
He is smart. And when you talk about trying to back off of him a little bit, in the fourth quarter, he starts making jump shots on you. So
that's it. And, and honestly, when you look at it, that's about all you could do with him.
That's right.
He's done everything. No matter what you've tried against him, he's done it. All you can hope now, if he's got the ball, is that he misses. Because he's going to get the looks. You just got to hope he misses. All right, Smith at the free throw line. He's going to be shooting 2. 4-point lead for North Little Rock, 37 seconds left. Smith's shot is good. Up 5. It's crunch time now for the Hornets. They're going to have to get quick buckets and get them fast. Right now, from what I see out of North Little Rock, they're pretty good from the free throw line. It's going to be a tough call to be able to get that because Smith doesn't even hit the net hardly on that one. Gets it to Corey Nichols. They're up 6, 70-64. North Little Rock over the Hornets. 30 seconds left. Corey's got it, driving to the basket. We're swinging it. We're going to have to get better time, but you can't force it. North Little Rock gets it. That's timeout, Johnny Rice. He recognized things weren't really looking right. He wanted Ware to stay back on that pass because you kick that back to a 7-footer and he can keep that ball up high. 22 seconds left. Hornets down 6. North Little Rock's got the ball. I tell you, I think the Hornets lost to Little Rock Central at home last week. We possibly looks like we're probably heading for a loss in this basketball game also. And we do play in a tough conference, and we have Cabot coming in here Friday night. And Cabot doesn't probably have the skill level of North Little Rock or Central, but what Cabot's always going to give you, they're going to play hard.
They're going to play hard. They're going to have good shooters. They've always played Bryant well.
Yep.
And so it'll be another just really tough game that the Hornets are going to have to be ready for here at home.
Yeah, it is. Nothing's easy in 6A basketball, especially in this conference. I mean, you have Conway, you got Northside, you've got North Little Rock. You have Central, who played in the state championship game last year. I mean, we watched these ball games last year, and Central was a surprise last year. I think it was them, and I don't know who they were going to play in the state championship game, but I know that due to COVID this year, or last year anyway, whoever made it to the state championship games last year was awarded the state championship for being there. So those kids all deserved a ring, especially just making it.
Well, and Central was here last week, as you said, Mark, and they were a very impressive team. Very good shooters, very athletic.
Yep.
Presented a lot of matchup problems for Bryant. Even then, though, Bryant lost, had a chance to tie the game on the last-second shot. The Hornets are right there in these games, and they're going to continue to get better as this season goes on.
19 seconds left. Hornets down 6. DJ Smith, surprisingly, at the line. DJ, if your parents are here, they better take you, get you a steak dinner, man, without a doubt. Though you shouldn't go by McDonald's tonight. You deserve a big old steak dinner, like a bone-in ribeye.
And next time Scarlett and I get in a 3-on-3 tournament, we know who we're calling.
Yeah, we ain't gonna be calling. We're gonna be calling 911 if me and you're in a 3-on-3 tournament, because I probably couldn't make it 5 seconds. Hornets inbound the ball, get it to Cameron, and it's gonna take probably more than a miracle. Long three, Cameron Hunter, no good. Diggins gets it back to Hunter. Schroeder, long three, no good. Diggins again with the rebound. Smith knocks it out of bounds. 2 seconds left. Looks like North Little Rock. Well, North Little Rock is going to get out of here with a win tonight. Hornets again. We're going to be back Friday night. Yeah, we're going to be back here Friday night, and you can see number 10, DJ Smith. He is going to end up with 36 points tonight, and that's going to be the Jeremy Laster, Todd Sellers player of the game. The Todd Sellers player of the game, and we hate to give it to somebody from another team sometimes, but you got to give it to DJ Smith tonight. Great ball game for North Little Rock. Another loss for the Hornets in conference, but that's all right. We still got plenty of time left and the state tournament ahead of us. Guys, for Mark Scarlett and Jeremy Laster, we'll see you guys this Friday night from Hornet Arena. Well, you guys can start listening to us at 6 o'clock for the girls' game. See you then.